I just know this is gonna drive people crazy. That's why I'm like, I just know. Oh my lord, it's about to be a war in this. So I'm laughing. I already know. It's about to it's about to go crazy. What's good? Non-existent. I don't even know if I can say that out loud. You gotta be extra careful on this site nowadays. So they'll hit you with a community strike for anything. So I don't even know if I can read that name out loud. But what's good, guys? Well, I don't really get. I've never gotten hit with like a behavior strike. We're gonna wait a little bit because I didn't even give people a time to join. This is just random. I was actually gonna stream later, but what's good, Levi? I was actually gonna stream later, but I usually stream at 9, so the people that even normally come around aren't expecting me to stream right now. I didn't even give a time for when I was gonna do this. I'll give it like 5 minutes before we start reading. What's good, Ashikage? I also want to try and get some music on my phone because I don't really know how to operate OBS or any of these streaming apps. They're so complicated for no reason. Oh, it's about to die anyway, so. Oh, for the truth, I guess. What's good, King Cosmic? What's up? What's good? Where are we reading this live? 6 months after I dropped that video of what was it? Like how Sukuna tricked you guys or something like that. What's good, great? How you guys holding up? It's all good. IOJ, I'm cooling, bro. I'm cooling. I just what I do today? Gym. I had no class today. Went to the gym, recorded a video, almost done editing it. I wanted to try and finish editing before I had to stream, but I was like, I'm not gonna finish. I have 3 minutes left on the video, so I actually could finish after the stream. I'm gonna try and keep this an hour. We're gonna kind of like, yeah, go ahead, take some time. I'm giving it like 5 more minutes. I'm like not speed reading, so to say, but I'm going through these pages quick. We can talk about each page. We can, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get more done today. If that's, I guess that's the best way I can say things. But I got enough done. 2:30 a.m. in Africa, bro. You need to be asleep. It's Monday. Like I'm leaving all my streams up from here on out. So, bro, if you want to just watch the stream after, go ahead. But it's late, bro. If you don't got class or nothing like that tomorrow, then I can't tell you what to do. I'd recommend focusing on that first. Gotta remember, bro, you college, you're investing a lot of money into being in college or whatever school you're at. Make sure you get the most out of it. Yeah. How you like Kanye West? Kenya West? Why you say that? Oh, Greedy Arts. Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, I haven't seen that name in a while. How you holding up, Greedy? Been a chill day, cleaned a lot. That's good. Get some stuff done. Was it ever stated that people can become stronger after death? Becoming a curse? I think I wouldn't know that off the top of my head, honestly. I would assume so, because the only time we've seen people, nobody want to see Inumaki, bro. I'll move the here you go. Y'all want to see Inumaki? Nah, I got the joke. I just didn't know if I didn't know if it was a joke, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Cheese. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I would assume so, but you know, I always assume these things and somebody proves me wrong in the next 2 minutes. So I don't even assume shit no more. Y'all just gonna cook me. Orange juice. What's up, orange juice? 227, 229. Mac, I say 228. I say 228. But let me see. Let me see. We gonna be going through these pages like a little slow, a little fast, a little slow. We gonna stop. If you know, I'm gonna be looking at y'all comments too. So make sure y'all, if y'all see something, if y'all like, you know, point something out for me, bro. See if there was something I didn't catch over these past videos and all this stuff. Cause y'all see that video with the I put up the video. It was like how Sukuna completely fooled you guys. Da, 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 da. This video is gonna be sort of a revamp, I guess. I'll leave it up on my channel. I need more content that puts my face on the channel. So I like this kind of content too because it lets me talk to you guys, have conversations. You know, I hate analysis because I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, if I were doing analysis and I had like 10 of you guys talking to me while I was doing an analysis, you know how much better the videos would be? It was a game of strategy and Gojo lost. Maybe he never. Oh, my fault, guys. I'm tired too. Yeah, Gojo went in there blind. We know how Sukuna is. He always plays passive. Sukuna always plays passive until once he locks in, it's over. Hi, 100. What's good, Honored One? Sukuna's win was an ass pull. I don't believe that no more. Your boy playing. I'm not kidding. I feel like the first 6 chapters could be cut in half because their positions do not budge at all. We are not introduced into new concepts or anything. You can say that about like every long fight in the series though. Like Yuji versus Mahito, you can cut a good amount of the first chapters in half too. All that Nobara stuff, all those like hands where Yuji wasn't really getting anywhere. I don't know. I like when these fights are long. Trust me, I really enjoy it. I feel like if you accept they're both the strongest, calling either outcome. Yeah, I think they're like, you can't. I agree with that, Yanni. They're just far above the rest of the cast. I mean, Sugawara no Michizane is up there with them too, but we don't really see him in the main story, so he doesn't count. But they're so far above the rest of the cast, you can't even disrespect them. If you see my Gojo video, you know that like I think that him losing was much better. Let me see if y'all can see me with the light off, cause I got this like light. Nah. Not even Gojo, strongest of their time, definitely. What's going on? So I'm kind of just going over Gojo versus Sukuna live again. Just so I can convince, not really convince, but I want to see if there's anything I haven't seen before. I made a couple of videos on this already, but I feel like it'd be more fun having everybody in the chat spaz out as I go through this and put my perspective into the fight and how I see it. All right, I think we're just gonna start now, guys. I've given you guys enough time to get in here. People will join midway. They'll have some time to watch the beginnings. All that. So if we go over this, it's gonna take forever. Let's just move past this. Let me put this on the left side of the screen. I don't need to see it. So all this to build up. Never leave anybody behind. Yuji. Remember, look at this. Remember that. What's good? What's good, Goob? Appreciate you, bro. Remember this little thing. Oh, y'all can't see my cursor, but look at the finger and remember that. Right? Remember this for when we get to the end of the fight. Because I do think this plays a role into why Yuji has been fighting in the battle for so long against Sukuna. This little thing with the finger. I wish y'all could see my cursor. That's annoying. Yuji says I'll eat anything too. Oh. To fight Sukuna. Somebody, speaking about Yuji again, I know this is about Gojo and Sukuna, but I do want to point out something I saw. This is not my idea. Somebody has said that Yuji might have known reverse curse technique from when Sukuna punched him across all those buildings and he got right back up. However, that could just be his endurance again. Who knows? You know, this is the build up here. I'll nurture them so nobody will ever need to be alone again. Because, you know, he hates his life so much because he's always alone. Nobody understands him. So, everybody builds this thing up. Gojo's about to get freed. What if Jin is the murderer? I don't think we'll ever see anything about Jin. Or at least we won't see it until Sukuna's gone from the story. Because it's just not relevant right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything with Yuji's past is not relevant whatsoever. So there's no point in going over some of these characters that pop up every once in a while. So Gojo's free, right? Full power. Just doing all that. He's just on timing. But then Sukuna pulls up. And Sukuna's mad confident, right? So... I've been seeing these arguments go around. One thing I've been thinking about is what if Fuga is actually Yuji's curse technique, which is why he doesn't explain how it works. Haven't ironed out all the details. That's a good guess. I can't disprove it off the top of my head, so it's a decent guess. Did Kenjaku dodge blue when Gojo confronted him? No, I think Sukuna interrupted it. I think Sukuna just knew Gojo was there. Like, he probably felt the pressure when Gojo was released or something. We don't really know. These things are kept vague because Gege wants you to fill in the blanks. I'd rather this than too much stuff going on and then we find plot holes and stuff like that. And I think Gege does leave a lot of stuff vague because even when he does try and add extra details to stuff, he's even said it himself, like, oh, I forgot Yuji's ear was cut off this chapter, so, you know, it just happened. So he always leaves stuff vague. So they clash right here, and Sukuna's like, man, I'm gonna just kill you now. You think Heian era Sukuna? I'll get to that question at the end. I know I'm gonna have to talk about this at the end. And Mike, you beat me to it. People have been saying that 15 Finger Sukuna would have beaten Gojo here. They've been saying it. I've been seeing it everywhere. A couple of my peers have been saying it, and I can't disprove it. I cannot really disprove it. The main thing comes from domain expansions, and we don't know how to calculate the refinement of a domain. So we don't know if Sukuna and Gojo could clash domains here, and Sukuna would just keep breaking it. I've got to get back to, yeah, bro, take it easy. I'm glad you stopped by, man. Good to see you, QC. Kenjaku's hella surprised that Gojo's is confident, so yeah, he believes Sukuna stood a chance. Yeah, bro, I'm really starting to be convinced that Sukuna, now we don't know everything Sukuna can do here, right? We still don't know everything Sukuna could do. I think at the end of the story, the answer to this will become more clear. But yeah, there's some pretty good arguments out there that 15 Finger Sukuna could have clapped Gojo right here and now. Good evening, Dom. Good to see you. What's good, Elias? If I said your name right. Kenjaku has seen both of them and is confident. Sukuna stronger. Yeah. Gojo got lucky. Sukuna let him run away. Have you seen the new Gojo drawing? I don't think that means he's coming back. I think it was just a drawing. Because if you watch the there's this preview of Gojo. There's like if you go on the Shonen Jump channel, there's a preview about Gojo like fighting Sukuna, and it's sad. Like, it's a sad preview, and it's supposed to make you feel sad. I think that picture, that new drawing of Gojo, is just supposed to make you feel sad there too. Like, I don't think it was, people just take these things and run with it, and I'm not gonna grab something that small and make a whole video out of it. Alex wants, Gojo trained a lot in that 1 month. Nobody really talks about it, but it makes sense. I just don't know how Gojo would train, you know? Way too many people. Oh, over the month. I was thinking of Gojo in the prison round that month. Yeah, he could have trained over the month for sure. I think they all trained over the month. And here comes the iconic meme. I don't care how many people make fun of this. I still think it's tough. I still think that this is a tough picture. Like, I will win. Well, I'd win. I think this is so tough, man. I think that's still like one of the best panels in the series. When I first saw that, I was a billion. When I saw that, I was quadrillion% positive that Gojo was gonna win. So this is Sukuna, guys. I need y'all to pay attention here because there's still some people saying, oh, Sukuna's only at 19 fingers. So he can't find the finger. Urume's like, sorry. He's like, it's all right, it's whatever. Gojo probably hit it and there's nothing you can do about that. Urume's like, I'm gonna get my get back on Gojo. He just keeps embarrassing me. And then Gojo's like, I can make up for one finger's worth of power with this. Hold on, my why is my browser lagging? Okay, there we go. Yeah, take it easy, Elias. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you. Do you think Gojo ever learned new techniques? Just, nah, I don't think so. If Gojo knew new techniques, he would have used them. Because he was getting pressured bad. Let me read some of these comments. Age like milk, but the meme was gold. Facts. I bet Urume wrapped those fingers in bacon. And Sukuna eat anything. Sukuna eat shit if he's hungry. Do you think Sukuna would regain his... I think he's just gonna regain regular curse energy. I don't think Sukuna is gonna get anything else. I really don't. I think Sukuna's just getting regular old curse energy and his output back. Because he needs to make up for fighting 5 to 6 people. But I think if Sukuna just gets his domain and kills everybody, you know how like what? I think that'd be so stupid. There would be the chance that they can all escape it though. Okay, so to think it'd be a Shinbutsu mummy, Kenjaku no Tengen, is this meant to be ironic? I do think that this soft confirms that Sukuna is gonna get the merger off some way, somehow. My personal theory is that Kenjaku transferred all of his culling game points to Sukuna when he passed away. And Sukuna's gonna use those culling game points in order to somehow summon the merger without killing everybody. I think that's how it's gonna happen. The merger has to happen. It has to. My friend Radman, he made a great video on this the other day. You guys should go and watch it when you get the chance. The merger, it's 1000% happening. So Sukuna eats that, right? Then he gets to his 20 fingers. He's at full strength. Kenjaku basically says like all these people want everything in the world, but they won't put in the work to get it. That's his whole speech. And then Gojo's like, dang, everybody's gone. Bet's, Yuji's forgotten soul swapping abilities that was here for I don't know what that was. Seems like here. I mean, this could just be Yuta taking his ability. However, it can be anything, you know. This page could be a red herring. I still think it is. So the battle finally comes. Kenjaku's like, I wasn't gonna do anything. They're only gonna fight after Gojo loses, and they're not coming for me. I don't care what you say. Takaba is a beast. All right, let's just get into the battle. There's really nothing else here. Man, I'm so tired. Yeah, Ryman's goated, bro. When people ask me for more content, I just say go to Radman. His videos are like literally mine, just 2 times better. Frank. The merger will be June. Get out. Inumaki being a goat. Nah, not really. Toji death flag with these angles of his face. He's gonna have to cook his own ass to do a binding vow like that. I find it funny that Gege's favorite fake character is Sukuna's inspiration. Gilgamesh. I think the soul swapping could have made everyone aware of their souls. So those who can use reverse curse technique can heal their body to factory settings. That's smart, but that's a really good strategy. But why would he use it on Kusakabe? Gege removed Takaba for a reason. Facts. Right there. Gojo can see technique. He said Yuji had no technique. Kaba's going to save everyone, trust me. Takaba used the binding vow to strengthen his... I don't think Takaba's coming back. So, okay. So here we go, the fight. Here we go. Now I get to see this 6 months after it finished. We have more information on it with the binding vow and all that. ICB, relax. The honor one, I want to be Inumaki. Respect the GOAT. Respect the GOAT, ICB. Now, I highly recommend for you guys to watch his videos though. Like it'll really help you guys pick up on the story so much easier. Oh Lord. And he has like the best explanation for the world cutting slash, like why it was never shown. In Gojo versus Sukuna is deeper than you think. It's like a 1 hour analysis. A 1 hour analysis, bro. Nobody else is doing that. Y'all need to check out Raмен's content. But let's focus on the video. Let's focus on the analysis. So Gakuganji being forgiven, Let's just go to the purple. So they do all of this. Incantations, hand signs, dances, instruments, 120% off of her boost. And this stacks up to Gojo's. This stacks on top of Gojo's chants and hand signs and all that. This allows me to ask, what happened to Gakuganji, right? Like, where is he? Where has he been since this has started? But Gakuganji legitimately might enter the battle at some point. But I still think they're throwing people out one by one by one by one. And when Yuta comes back, they'll jump him. I predict Hakari versus Uraume. It could happen. Next chapter. Out of all times when we sitting here trying to guess what's going on, like what Sukuna's gonna get back next chapter, I can totally see us coming back to Hakari versus Uraume. We need a full chapter of it anyway. If you watch the fight, Gojo's constantly gambling on the unknown and adapting because he's not strong enough, so he has to evolve in mid-fight and invent new techniques. That's kind of what I see. Like, it's like Gojo's really trying to get this hit on Sukuna that can give him the edge, and he just can't. Like, he's it's like swimming against the tide, and he's making progress, but not enough. So he launches the purple at 200%, and it like decimates the city. And Sukuna tries to stop it. You can see him kind of like, if you look close enough, you can see him trying to, but I think they just moved out the way. Uraume legitimately, nah, I don't think that could have happened. It's a good idea, but I don't think she did it, so I'll skip it. Why is Sukuna not looking for Shoko? Because it's not worth it. He needs to pay attention to all these people that are jumping him. So the building gets demolished and just falls. Thanks to Ichichi's barrier, Sukuna couldn't read Gojo's opening attack. He was aware of Gojo's presence, but he couldn't sense the immense amount of cursed energy that was the output until the attack was right in front of him. And then one of the best pages in modern shonen is dropped. When I first saw this, bro, I was losing my mind. Like, it felt like it was unreal. When this chapter first came out, I couldn't believe what we would see it. And everybody has these super sharp jawlines in the series. Sukuna blocked it. He says it later in the chapters. Then he like sacrificed an arm trying to block it. He ain't stop a whole purple with his hands. He ain't block it. I think he tried to and burned an arm, but there's no way Gojo just went like this and stopped the purple. 200% purple. Gojo doing Sukuna. No, Sukuna does know about Shoko because he mentions her. He says that like her reverse curse technique is not even as good as his and Gojo's, and that she can't like revive people. He basically confirmed that Shoko can't revive people. Gojo is not mewing. The ego and domains ripped his enhanced arm. Sukuna could have died. Yeah, this page was on its own level. He definitely tried to dodge, but wasn't fast enough. Yeah, man, and Gojo ate his own fucking words here. He really ate his own words. It's tragic. It was cool though. It was certainly cool. I'm the challenger. You seem pretty pleased with yourself for only landing a surprise attack. You are a fish. atop my cutting board, Gojo Satoru. A bit fresher than the others, but still, just a nameless fish. Now let's start by peeling those scales. What's good, Quentin? Appreciate the love, bro. So what y'all think he mean by this quote here? Yeah, what? You guys know what this quote means. Come on. What this quote mean, guys? Somebody break it down in the chat. Somebody tell me what this is a metaphor for. We know what Sukuna was here for. He wasn't here to beat Gojo. Facts, Mike. Yup, yes, sir. He makes it quite clear that he's entering this fight with the intention of removing the limitless as a problem. I don't know if like he wants to get rid of the limitless as a problem for him forever and ever, but that we see what this is what he's trying to do. So then Gojo's like, let me ask you, why are you still wearing that face? You think I'd hold back if you look like that? Fortunately for you, I've been doing some special training. I think we'll find out what this training is at some point, because every time people talk about this training, they're just guessing. They're just guessing what it is. And since it's Megami, I know I can go all out. And then Toji's like, what a copycat, because he's wearing the fit. I think that's why he's saying that. I don't know. You managed to survive death already while you were in Yuji, so I've been thinking I'll worry about Megami after I kill you. I've been thinking I'll worry about Megami after I kill you. Because honestly, bro, if you guys think about it, Gojo could have killed Sukuna here and made a binding vow with Megami, some way, somehow. Although Megami would probably be crying the whole time. He probably couldn't make a binding vow with Megami. But he can probably get killed and just make a binding vow and come back. So this is all hands. So Gojo, sends him flying with the limitless. I wish they explained like this tactile telekinesis better, because we never seen Gojo do something like it makes sense, right? Like he can place a blue and have the blue pull Sukuna. Fine. It's just that to people who don't really understand how the infinity works, they're gonna be looking at this shit so confused. Him wearing Toji's fit, I think, is in part to show how Gojo versus Sukuna parallels the fight that he had with Toji. I mean, yeah, when you think about it, right, Sukuna did kind of like transcend. I wouldn't say like Sukuna went Super Saiyan, but he transcended his technique, right? Like, you know how Sukuna can put a binding vow. I don't know if it's a binding vow, but you know how Sukuna can bring his domain into the real world as if it's like painting on thin air. Sukuna can now do that with, dismantle. He can now paint a dismantle onto thin air and cut anything before it. So I guess you can say that it is like a parallel to Gojo versus Toji. Although this time, yeah, I mean, it makes more sense as I think about it, right? Like, Toji had to plan and wear out Gojo for 3 days before fighting Gojo and beating him. And then, I guess Sukuna had to play passive and wear down Gojo as they fought. I can see the parallels between the fight, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of forcing it as I explain it, but it makes sense. Let me read some of these comments. I feel like I can land. No, you can't. I'm not even finishing that question. Gojo fans are so funny. I don't even see. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even see Gojo fans like doing it. Like, I don't even think they acting up in here. They chilling. Sukuna's tech. Facts. Sukuna's tats do look clean. You don't really notice them. Like, I think we're so used to seeing them that we don't even look at them anymore. It's kind of dope how much damage their fight did to the city and how they managed to get because of the Culling game, they got an empty city to fight in. So another panel people want to look at and probably want to argue about. Sukuna looks at Gojo and shoots the dismantle. Gojo sees the dismantle and it goes past him. Now, guys, tell me what you think is happening here. Tell me what you guys think is happening here right now. Because honestly, I've seen many interpretations of this scene here, but I've never really it's so open-ended that I've never really agreed with one. I legitimately think that this was just Sukuna testing the waters. Sukuna meant Gojo was putting up a facade which will break when the tides turn, like the Hair folk. He's not built like Yuji. Facts point. Your blue-eyed king. Yo, I can't tell if it bounced off of infinity or if he fired it intentionally to trick Gojo / pass through infinity. Gojo Sukuna Shrine. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think Sukuna's just testing the waters here. Gojo can't see the dismantle. Sukuna wanted to know what would happen, and it went through and it hit the building, confused as to why he sent BS at him for nothing. Six Eyes showing Gojo the flow curse energy, but not sure why Gojo was confused. Yo, Gojo, Sukuna, here's how I interpret it. I think Sukuna shot the dismantle past Gojo so he can try and punch him with domain amplification. And what this, this does two things. First, it distracts Gojo, and second, it allows Gojo to believe that Sukuna is going to see that the dismantle doesn't work and just not use it. But that's just me. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Like, this is to make him believe that he's not going to be using dismantle. So when Mahoraga finally uses dismantle, well, the cut or whatever, he's like, holy shit. But he still doesn't know if Sukuna can do this himself, even when Mahoraga does it. So when Mahoraga does do it, Gojo really focuses on Mahoraga, because he's like, it's Mahoraga. And I do think, in this little moment here, check my phone, I got an email. This little moment here actually confirms to me, like, it makes me believe that this is why Gojo just wasn't expecting the world cutting slash no matter what, or he wasn't even expecting resistance from Sukuna after Mahoraga was destroyed. But I'm doing a lot of yapping for only being on 224 when we have like 13 more chapters to go, so I'm still confused as to whether Gojo can see it or not. We're gonna need like a serious investigation on that. I think the slash going past Gojo would also make sense, since Gojo would think that dismantle is fast but he can't touch me, so when Sukuna would use the world slash, it would be when his guard is down. Yeah, I agree. I'm still confused as to whether Gojo, I just said we need like an investigation. That page looks like a parallel Mahoraga cutting his arm off. It does look like, because of the building in the back. So yeah, they go through the building and all that and punch, and then they're like, now we get into the real fight after this. I do think the chapter was structured that way, so you guys, like, people wouldn't, so we wouldn't pay attention to it. So everybody starts talking, domain amplification. I'll just read all this stuff because I do think these are details that are actually important to the fight, despite people, some people will say not to read it. I saw something similar in Mekamaru-kun's footage. The special grade curse spare used the same method in Shibuya to counter the Limitless, talking about Jogo in them. Gojo's domain has been neutralized, but how? It's a more refined version of simple domain. So Hakari doesn't even know domain amplification here. And then Kusakabe confirms that he can't use domain amplification. It is strange though, because and I guess this is why they asked Kusakabe, because Kusakabe is that guy. And he's like, I can't even do it. I haven't watched Overlord ever. Let me read the chat a little bit. I believe that Gojo genuinely want. Yeah, Kobe, same thing. Oh, what's good, Quirkless? I know Quirkless. Quirkless is gonna have a field day in here, man. Oh lord, what's good, Quirkless? Nah, I never watched Overlord. I think the only isekai that I really like is ReZero. So yeah, Kusakabe kind of like, he confirms that he can't use domain amplification and anything like that. Higuruma understands what he's seeing instantly. Angel explains that you can't use your own techniques when using domain amplification, and Sukuna is not even an exception to this rule. So in other words, if Sukuna has a way to deal with the Limitless other than domain amplification, then Gojo will lose. I'm good, bro. I'm holding up. Everything's been better. You know how it is. But yeah, take a close note here. It's interesting because Angel's the one who has the most experience fighting Sukuna out of everybody, and they call it right here. If the moment that Sukuna finds another way to deal with the limitless, Gojo loses. And then Panda's like, doesn't that mean Sukuna's fighting Gojo without a curse technique? And if that's the case, why isn't he using a domain expansion? And then, yeah, they all say you should use a domain. And then Kiara's like, well, you know, when you're not Gojo and Sukuna, if whoever wins the domain battle, the fight ends there. Doesn't the domain Doesn't the domain sure hit effect negate Gojo's technique in the first place? And Yuji's like, yeah. Could it be that Sukuna doesn't think he can beat Gojo in the domain battle? And if that were the case, Gojo would already be using domain expansion. I find it hard to believe that Gojo wouldn't be able to see that with the 6 eyes in his personality. So I guess here we can... Oh, it's good, zero balance. So I guess here we can see that Gojo can judge the refinement of his opponent's domains with his 6 eyes from what Shoko's saying here. Because, you know, what she says is, I find it hard to believe that Gojo wouldn't be able to see that with the 6 eyes in his personality. Gojo fans always delusional. And what if their domains don't actually clash? Based on what Inumaki Yuji said, I don't think Sukuna's domain expansion closes off a barrier. And everybody here is just losing their minds at this. You know, Kashimo the demon, just he don't even care. He's just like, I can't believe that. That's nothing to me though. I whoop his ass regardless. And you know, he explains how Kusakabe starts talking like Toto. It's like using software without any hardware. You know, he's like a fucking poet, I guess. What site you using for the chapters? I'm using TCB. I know that people are not gonna like me using Viz or anything related to Shonen Jump because of you know, what's his face, John Weary or whatever. Although TCB is not reliable when it comes to anything relating to Yuta. But people would prefer this over John Weary, so I'm serving the people. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody explain how Gojo would win. Don't worry, Pioneer, we'll get to that in a bit. Only good Viz chapter was 236. Yeah, because of lightning. John Weary did one good chapter recently too. One. I think the one with Maki. Like Maki versus Sukuna. Or the one before that. There was one chapter where he did really, really good. And I was like, this ain't John Weary, but it was. We can find that chapter later. I ain't trying to do that right now. I'm trying to read through this fight. Hakari is not toying with Uruume, guys, but let's focus. So random fodder mass dude, just talking. He's unreal. So I like Kashimo's quote here. I think this is also important. The sharpness of his technique's activation. The way he can turn on a dime from using amplification to his innate curse technique. If Gojo did not have the 6 eyes, Sukuna would likely be winning in terms of efficiency and utilizing curse energy. So we know that Sukuna is like insane when it comes to using his curse energy very efficiently, which is why he can which is why he's able to fight for so long and fight all these people at once. Kashimo lays out the groundwork saying that, yeah, Sukuna could fight for a very long time. Remember, Sukuna has fought armies. He has fought armies alone his entire life. Armies that included Angel, other powerful sorcerers. Like, I don't know how people be so surprised when Sukuna's lasting this long in battle, how strong he is, all that. So Yuta also says that his total curse energy is more than mine, going off of intuition, I'd say by more than double. So this is why people were saying that Sukuna was like massively weakened, because I think he had less curse energy than Yuta when they fought. Sukuna should have lost in the final domain clash. Summoning Mahoraga while on curse technique burnout was an ass pull. Sukuna would have eventually broken Gojo's infinity. To those that believe Gojo would win without Mahoraga being in the picture, Sukuna has never lost in his life. OG King sliding. Yo. So here it comes, right? They do the domain. They're clashing. They're equally matched. Within the domain, they are equally matched. But the effective range of Sukuna's domain reaches beyond the barrier of Gojo's domain. The barrier of a domain is weak against attacks from the outside. So, thing is, guys, I don't know. Now, when it comes to their domains, tell me if I'm wrong, but Sukuna can expand. Sukuna, when they clash their domains, right? Sukuna's domain does reach farther than Gojo's does, but they're equally matched. So if Sukuna were to like concentrate his domain more into the battle with Gojo, wouldn't he have been? I mean, I'm just saying, I think Sukuna does have more refinement than Gojo, but that's just me. From what I'm seeing here, it does seem like Sukuna's domain is more refined than Gojo's domain. Because Sukuna's range is still higher. Like, it seems to be much higher than Gojo's, despite them having equal refinement. Kashimo's statement also debunks the statement that people say that he was hit by Gojo in the domain. Without amplification at any point, he could toggle seamlessly. Even if Gojo knew about open domain, yeah, Frank, you're right. There was literally nothing else. Like, Gojo had to go. Gojo was gonna have to suffer through this no matter what. This was an uphill battle. He would need to expand his domain. No, I know you Plank. I'm just saying, like, I do think Sukuna's domain, if they were to have the same kind of domain, he would win in a clash. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, Plank. Kusakabe did all the talking here. They may be talking once every 10 chapters or so. Gojo himself said he would lose. Yeah, that's true, but people not listening to Gojo, bro. They don't care about what he says. So Gojo loses the clash, they begin throwing hands or whatever. And then he's like, nah, that ain't gonna work. So Sukuna's domain has no enclosed barrier. Shouldn't it be easy to escape at this range? I don't know why Gojo never. Guys, I'll be honest. I've said 1,000 times, like when it comes to Discord, I would make it, but I wouldn't be in there ever. So I'd feel horrible, making it. And yeah, okay, thank you, Bad Company. I appreciate you, bro. Hold up, W Bad Company, W Bad Company. Whoa, Wad Company, I guess. Yeah, that's your name for today. Let me get that up on the screen, and then we'll keep reading. We get that message up on the screen so I can read it. Because there's a lot of people in here, a lot of people talking. No disrespect, it's just hard for me to keep up with 300 people talking at once. We're witnessing one of the most legendary gauntlet runs in Shonen. Sukuna packing the verse. Yo, I'm telling you guys, I've been telling y'all this the Sukuna cycle is fire. ICB, bro. ICB don't message me no more, bro. I talk to everybody. I'll talk to everybody from YouTube that messages me on Instagram. I always do. I always respond to them. ICB has not been talking to me. I don't know, bro. Bro, trying to like make me the villain. I talk to everybody that DMs me from YouTube. Everybody. I ain't Hollywood, bro. That's you. Don't do that to me. Don't try and play me, bro. I'm definitely not Hollywood. I don't act like that. I talk to everybody. I be in class bored. Facts, Quentin. Phone go both ways. But nah, I've been saying, yo, Bad Company. The Sukuna Gauntlet is. I'm telling y'all, when y'all read that back, when y'all don't gotta wait 1 week for 20 pages, y'all are gonna eat that shit up. I think the Sukuna Gauntlet is gonna be better than Gojo versus Sukuna if you count it as 2 different fights. All right, let's get back to reading. Bro, I was saying, yo, Quirkless, I was saying, Sukuna's Gauntlet could last another 20 chapters. Y'all see Yuji? Yuji been chilling. Yuji not hurt, bro. Yuji is still like Yuji's still at like 80%. I'm telling you guys, yo, Sukuna versus Yuji is gonna last another 20 chapters. Remember, you heard it here first. Can't front, it's 300, y'all. Can y'all hit the like button for me, please? Yo, I don't know. Streamers be telling people hit the like button. I don't know what it does, but all right. Let me read Hakari's statement. Even if we assume that Malevolent Shrine's effective range encompasses the area of the raised Shibuya, with Gojo's, oh, I hate that San shit. With Gojo's speed, he should be able to break out of it in a flash. No, his teleportation is just an application of the Limitless, where the space between the location and his destination is compressed. But in a short window immediately after his domain was destroyed, Gojo cannot use his curse technique. I forgot that, guys. my dumb ass said, why didn't he just teleport? So anyways, Gojo gets stuck in here, he gets cut up. Guys, people, when Hakari has to suffer through this, I'm telling you guys, he is gonna eat, like he's gonna be able to eat this. Should discuss with Quirkless on Discord. I don't know how to set it up. It's funny because I remember when I first streamed with Kyle Breeze, right? Like Kyle was sitting there trying to set it up and he just made it sound complicated. So I've never tried after that. I was like, man, streaming already too hard for me to set up as is. I could try next time if Quirkless is down. I'd be having to I'd be doing ticks trying to not say Quirkless's name. I keep forgetting. We're on YouTube. Anyways, so Sukuna gets cut up and Gojo, Gojo's trying to run. I think this is one of the coolest fight scenes, you know what I'm saying? This was so desperate. I remember the week that this happened, people were just going crazy. It was looking bad for Sukuna and it only looked worse since then. So anyways, they're fighting and da-da-da-da-da. Kyle's a pro, Key. Relax. Kyle is a pro. Kyle know what he doing. Kyle knows what he's doing. So they're throwing hands in the domain and all that. All right, just message me on Discord, Quirkless. We'll set it up at some point. If you want, you know what I'm saying. You don't got to. I know we're both pretty busy, but let me know if you want to. He did not look scared enough. Guys, we'll get to 235 at some point. So they're throwing hands in the domain. And Sukuna basically has control of this fight here. He still moves pretty well considering that. Oh, appreciate you. Everything in you. I'm gonna put you up after I get through this little segment here. Appreciate you though. Everybody say W everything. I'm gonna just start calling you everything, okay? I can't everything in you. I'm just saying everything now. W everything in the chat. Spam W's for my guy. He's a day one. So he still moves pretty well considering he's been activating reverse curse technique at full output in order to survive my slashing attacks. So I'm not gonna lie. The fact that, what's good, AJ? So take this here. Gojo needs to activate reverse curse technique at his full output in order to survive Sukuna's domain. Destroying the shrine doesn't do anything, we know this. Then Gojo activates his simple domain, which doesn't really help him all that much, but it keeps him alive. So this basically tells you the fundamentals of Jujutsu sorcery and how these little things like this are very important. Hold up, everything in you. I'm gonna put this up in a bit. I need a new MacBook, guys. I really do. If you know me, you know I hate MacBooks, but I don't know. I'm starting to get used to it, so I've stopped complaining about it too much. Let me put the donation up and then I'm gonna continue reading. Yeah, facts, Last King. This is what it really looks like. Sukuna's just playing with his food. I mean, when you really think about it again, Sukuna had no reason to finish off Gojo here. We established this earlier, but Sukuna's main focus here was to get rid of the Limitless, right? Here, we'll move this down here so we get some space. I'm not gonna lie, slow chat looking like the move. I hate to be that guy, but I want to hit all y'all messages, man, and I can't. I want to hit all of y'all messages, but it's 300 of you guys in here. I would love to answer everybody. I might put up slow chat, like a 1 minute, like a 30-second slow chat. One of my mods pin up, like, one of my mods say, like the stream and pin it or something. I don't know how to do that. All right, let's keep reading though. So they're fighting, simple domain. This is getting a bit tedious. Sukuna's getting bored. And boom, Gojo's about to lose, but Gojo regains his curse technique, well, his RCT. Yo, did you guys see that one panel where... Did you guys see that channel where... That picture where Gojo's brain is like completely and like it's full of blood? That just came out from the volume 27 extras. Yeah, facts, Mike. It is an insane feat. I think Hakari's gonna be able to do it too. Like when him and Gojo fight, well, no, when Hakari and Sukuna fight, which they eventually will, the foreshadowing is there. You're just like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see that. But I do think Hakari is gonna be able to fight in Sukuna's domain and really mess him up. Let me see if I can find it. It should be on here. Yeah, this, look. This is a real picture of Gojo's brain during the fight. Like, yo, it only this makes the fight so sad, man. Gojo was suffering bad. This was drawn in the new volume. Like one of those extra pages. That is legitimately what was happening to Gojo's brain in the fight. Like he was messing himself up real bad just to survive. Which kind of makes the fight like look way more one-sided. I'm not gonna lie, it does make the fight look way more one-sided, but that is so sad, bro. Like, look at that. All the promo for this fight with like the new volume and stuff, it's been sad. Like, it's not hype. They have not been hyping this fight up. They've been making the fight so sad. Much more sad to look at. So, using reverse curse technique to heal his exhausted curse technique, Okotsu, I'd like to say it's impossible, but doing a curse technique that's been burnt out by using domain expansion is an entirely different matter than physical damage. Just like when a machine overheats, even if it isn't broken, you have to let it cool to make it, or it won't work. So what you're saying is that reverse curse technique can repair damage, but can't cool an overheated technique. And that's what I've always thought, but my understanding was incomplete. And then Gojo was, you know, healing his brain with the reverse curse technique. And this is the result, like, of breaking the rules. This was the result of breaking the rules of Jujutsu. Something about these two is that they really do bend the rules and laws of Jujutsu. Like it's fire, but it's also pretty sad. Anyways, let's keep going. So Gojo says you can expand your effective range, right? And then guys in the chat, now this is where you guys come in, because I can break down all the strategies, but when it comes to this is where we really have to read and really look at what's going on and really make sure we're analyzing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? 228 holds one of the most important pieces to this fight, so keep an eye out for that too. The instant Sukuna expanded his range to his Malevolent Shrine to its maximum, Gojo activates the Infinite Void. And they clash. So Ino does not know what's going on. He's just yapping. Shoko's like, I don't know what's going on, but Gojo would have a plan if he did this. Appreciate you, Aaron. What's good, guys? What's good? Welcome everybody who's here. Nice to meet you guys. I don't know, y'all. What's good, Elias? Good to see you again. A lot of people in here. Appreciate you guys for supporting being here. Just breaking down the fight of Gojo versus Sukuna. And then after, we're going to talk about, like, what did we not see while reading week to week? How could have Sukuna won without, you know, Infinity, or without Mahoraga in a way? We'll go over all these things that people like to talk about. I made a video about this, but it's been 6 months since I made that video. So I'm trying to see if I can notice even more things since the last time. So that's what we're doing. So Higuruma points out that, you know, Higuruma is going to be the guy to catch up to everything. He even caught it before Hakari. And then, so when Gojo made this barrier, right, the Sukuna slashes could not break it. However, Sukuna had to break the barrier from the inside in order to get ahead. And we also know that Gojo can change his conditions on the fly, but as this fight continues, Angel, zero balance, exactly. Angel points out that whatever Sukuna sees, he can copy it if he wants. He can do anything that Gojo does. So the only way Gojo was really gonna win was by doing something with the infinity that would work on its first try. Sukuna was always able to find a solution to anything that Gojo was doing. That's why Sukuna plays very passive in this fight throughout the whole thing. Really watch this fight and see how Sukuna just sits back and answers everything. He has to play passive. But he plays passive with everybody. Sukuna likes to experience Jujutsu and stuff like this. Do you believe Sukuna had Megami adapting to Unlimited Void in the shadows with the wheel? So that when... Oh, Ezra, I think... My fault, y'all. I can't be yawning and shit. I think that was the plan. I agree, but no Gojo groupie can understand. He was literally at Sukuna lands attacks. Fuga. Yo, ICB, I've always said... Let's go back a couple chapters. God, yo, I'm lagging. I've always said, why didn't Sukuna just use Fuga after he broke Gojo's first domain? And then, you know, people say that it's... Yeah, that's why I'm saying I can't appreciate you, great. But Choso, that's what Choso said is why I'm like not trying to yawn, because then y'all gonna yawn and you know. But when Sukuna first broke Gojo's domain, why didn't he just do him like he did Mahoraga? Like he could have just shot the fire arrow and whooped him. But we gotta remember, Sukuna wanted to break the limitless. He wanted to surpass it. So, and he made that clear. Well, remember when Sukuna broke Gojo's barrier, he lost his curse technique. Which is why he had to like suffer through all that while, you know, all those slashes while fighting Sukuna. So he could have, the infinity wasn't a factor when he first destroyed Gojo's domain. Make sure y'all hit that like button for real. I don't know why people be saying it, but it is making the stream pop out. So, how much damage would Fuga do to Gojo? I think it just kill him, because Sukuna said that Gojo had to put maximum output to survive Sukuna's domain. So he was already pretty messed up when Sukuna first hit him, and I think he could have just hit Gojo with the fire right after. Or he could have hit Gojo with the fire and then finished him with the, domain. Current Sukuna, who's fighting Miguel, who's physically equal. I don't think Miguel is physically equal to Gojo, per se. I don't know how to, like, pin. Well, let me see if I could, man, if I can make videos, I know how. Oh my lord, bro, it's too many chats in here. There's mad people talking. Hold up. Okay, there we go. It's not gonna let me. My pin getting blocked by the big ass heart. I'll wait for it to scroll. Let's keep going. So they're fighting inside of the domain, and then we see that Sukuna is using amplification within the domain. Like he's going crazy. Yo, the mods can't pin? Like I got a pin? Whatever, here we go. I think I pinned it. They don't be letting mods do anything. Alright, so we see that Sukuna's so efficient with his curse energy again that he can use amplification. Oh, what's good, Brendan? Appreciate you, bro. You think Heian era... Actually, let's take a break. I'll answer a bunch of questions. I can't answer questions and read, so I'll answer all these questions you guys had, then I'll get back to reading. Do you think Heian era form Sukuna would lose in hand-to-hand to Gojo, or would he dominate? I think he'd win, because he just, like, the thing with Heian era Sukuna is, like, he can just grab, can't he just grab, like, people's arms and boom, like not hump them, but you know what I that's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying, like, use the other arms to finish the job, bro. Yo, chill. Y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm about to get in trouble. Yo, chill, G. You know what I mean, bro. Y'all know what I mean. Like, can't he just grab somebody? Oh, appreciate you, Raging. W Raging. Appreciate you, bro. Now, y'all get y'all questions out, though, because I'm trying to answer a bunch of questions. I'll answer questions until 9:40, and then we can continue reading. I think I'll do that. So I'll get through a chapter, then answer questions, get through another chapter, answer questions. Bartholomew, I'll get to your question. I ain't saying, I'm not telling y'all to spam, but I'm like, if bro need to spam, then it must be a serious question. I got you in a little bit, bro. Don't spam, though. Do not spam in the chat. It's mad at y'all. I'm trying to get to everybody here. W Raging, appreciate you, bro. W Raging in the chat. It's 9:40 EST. Bro, I'm not gonna sit here and answer questions for an hour. EST. 9:40 EST, then I'm gonna finish the chapter. Where's Bartholomew's question? Because he been asking for a minute, I'm not gonna lie. Does Sukuna purposely disable the short hit that covers himself to take damage from a limited void? It confused me because it said all short hits were canceling each other out within Gojo's domain. I think that within the domain, like, I'm not sure. I would say that to understand his plan, to get his plan going, he does need to take hits at some point. Then again, all of Gojo's punches are coated with blue. So if he does take a punch from Gojo, which is most likely why he hid. No, he wasn't adapting at this moment. I'm not sure though. Somebody else in chat, see if y'all got an answer for that. Was Sukuna forcefully trying to adapt? Nah, Ezra, I ain't no celebrity, bro. I ain't about to sit here. Yeah, answer your questions. Nah. Do you think Heian era Sukuna would get through the Limitless, or? So there's a couple of arguments for that. Like there's always, we don't know what He-Ten could do. Sukuna could have possibly figured it out, because if he can bring his domain into the real world, he could also bring his technique into the real world somehow. There's that argument. There's the domain amplification argument that Sukuna could just pummel Gojo and beat him up to death with pure hands. I'm not a fan of that. And then there's also the wait and see what would happen. Like, let's wait for the story to end before we get a conclusive answer on Heian era Sukuna's capabilities and strengths. Yeah, Zero. That's why I was like, I'm not sure. Like, in fact, I don't think he would do that on purpose. And then this is where it gets confusing, because we know that Sukuna wants to adapt to the infinity, but he ain't taking purples on purpose. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So, see, the thing with this series is that a lot of it, this is why I don't want to say I don't like these fights. When we get to I got you, non-existent. I don't want to say this is why I don't like these fights, but my problem with this series fights is that we have to be surprised by the characters. The characters have to be con artists. Sorcerers are con artists. We have to be surprised by what these guys do. Half the time, we don't know what's going on because of that. Like, we need our hands held through some of these fights. This is a 14 chapter fight. Gege, I do think Gege should have held our hands a little bit more, but he is starting to give us details on the fight as the chapters go on. But the way the story's written, I can excuse it, because surprising the audience surprising the audience has been a thing for over 200 chapters. So I can't sit here and get to this fight after 200 chapters of being surprised by all these strategies in these fights and say, this is BS, this is horrible writing. Bro, I was fine with it for 200 chapters. Why would I be mad now? Which is, if I don't like that, then I should have stopped reading at chapter 50. But sorcerers are con artists. We are supposed to be surprised by what these characters do. They have to catch us off guard. They have to surprise us all the time. That's just how it is. Which is why I do think it's fair to give the author a little leeway to explain some of the events in the later chapters. Urume said since his first battle he held back to anybody and hasn't used his full strength. So people do take that Urume statement. Now, you guys know I'm a Sukuna Glazer. But I don't believe he held back like I don't know, because there is more evidence for Sukuna holding back against Gojo. I just think it's unfair to kind of rock with that. I just don't, you know. I just don't believe it. I don't eat that up. Like, I do think Sukuna. How do I say this? I think Sukuna was locked in against Gojo, not like in the zone, but he was. There was no way. He just bullied him like that. I think Sukuna wasn't going all out in terms of really being in the zone and using everything that he has. But I think he took a set thing of like he loaded into the battle with a certain move set and went with that move set and nothing else. Yeah, Kobe. I think he went into like a certain. I think he went to a certain loadout and used everything from that loadout. Oh yeah, it's oh yeah, it's definitely April Fools. What's good, Flame? What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Happy to see you in here. All right, I'm gonna put Flames membership up, and then I'm gonna keep reading the next chapter. I do think Sukuna did hold back in terms of loadout moveset, etc. Well, I'll talk about it more when we get to the nervous part. W Flame in the chat. I'll get to this conversation more when we get to that Sukuna was nervous part. Because people take that Sukuna was nervous part and run with it. Bro, Sukuna was only nervous because, like, this guy could pull something off here and now. Not because I was going to lose, not because of anything like that. He's just like, oh, this guy could, he's planning something. I'm weakened right now. He's at his limit. He's at the best he could possibly be. That's it. Anyways, let's keep reading. People gonna hate me for kind of like lowballing Gojo there and hyping up Sukuna too much there, but I really think that's what it was. So anyways, they throw hands in the domain. I love this moment. I love this moment so much. This was real hands. He hit him with a damn liver shot and made him real. That's hands, bro. Kashimo versus J Soul. Can we respect Kashimo? Come on, bro. So then within the domain, Sukuna turned off his short hit effect. And then the only ones affected by an infinite void are those who have, are Gojo himself and people he touches. And Sukuna says that I've already gotten first-hand experience there through being in Yuji's body. In order to destroy Gojo's domain from the outside, Sukuna my fault, yo. My fault. In order to destroy Gojo's domain from the outside, Sukuna expanded his effective range and increased the power of his binding vow even further than he did in Shibuya. Using a binding vow, Sukuna managed to further increase the power of his domain outside of Gojo's domain by removing the short hit guaranteed inside the domain, while simultaneously keeping himself safe from infinite void by touching Gojo directly. Once again, Gojo's domain collapses. Again, this just shows Sukuna's problem solving. Like, this is some shit you gotta be a genius to think of on the fly. Let me really look at this. Okay, so yeah, Sukuna activated a binding vow within the domain by exchanging his short hit. Yeah, man, this shit is so smart. And then Gojo does, yeah. Okay, it breaks. And then Kusakabe's like, Sukuna changed the domain, well, the conditions of his domain by using a binding vow, as we just seen. And Kashimo's like, I'm pulling up already. This guy's about to lose. And then we see that Gojo uses Falling Blossom Emotion. I haven't used it much since I mastered my domain. Not bad, right? Y'all think Team Gojo could have beat Yuki or nah? I look at this and be like, y'all think Team Gojo could have beaten Yuki? Non-existent. That's exactly what I mean by Sukuna was holding back. Like he was holding back by using a certain loadout. No matter how people want to spell it out, Sukuna was holding back. I don't care what that nervous statement says or whatever. Had Sukuna gone there with the full move set, everything, I think Gojo would have lasted 5 chapters. That boy put on hardcore mode. He put on new game +7. I learned this one since I was a kid. Not bad. Falling Blossom Emotion. Nobody knows what it is. It's a secret art of the big 3 sorcerers family. Not so secret if you knew about it. Well, Kusakabe is built different. It automatically repels anything that you touch. It doesn't do a thing against the complex effects of Infinite Void, but if you're against a simple technique like Sukuna slashes, it's pretty useful. This is kind of dope though. The real question is how Kusakabe caught his toothpick after shouting. You can't ask these kind of questions. You can't ask those kind of questions, Quirkless. You're not supposed to. You killing the immersion. Okay, so yeah, like you can't simple domain Infinite Void or anything like that. Domain expansion, da da da. Okay, so yeah, this is when he makes the domain tiny. This here is honestly. So a viewer did say, pay attention to this chapter because this chapter explains how Sukuna could have beaten Gojo all along. Oof. All right, let's keep reading. Did not work. Oh wait, nah, the chapter ended. I gotta answer questions. Okay, I'm gonna answer questions till 9:55. Drop the questions, guys. We just got past 2:27, so I'm answering questions. I'm not gonna lie, I might make a Discord because y'all are just kind of like arguing OD. I think I probably should make a Discord because y'all are going crazy in here, and y'all keep asking too. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. Y'all ask for the Discord, but I'm gonna be straight up. I will not be looking at that Discord every day, so it'll probably be a free for all in there. You know, I'm just being transparent. Y'all will not see me in the Discord. I barely check it. I only check Discord to see if like my friends Outlaw Truth, Quirkless, Shinobi, like them. I just see if they message me about something important. That's it. But I don't really check Discord except for that group chat we're in. Hey on era, no world slash, no info on Gojo, with no info on Sukuna. How different does the fight become? Oh, just for your community to act. You don't need to be super active. Okay. I'm just letting you guys know. I don't want to sit here and lie. So, Heian era, no world slash, no info on Gojo versus no Gojo. Well, Gojo with no info on Sukuna. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think Sukuna will always find a. Jesus, Mike. Okay, W Mike in the chat. But I personally think that Sukuna and Mike, I'm gonna get to your statement in a bit. Let me just answer the guy I was talking to. But I think like Heian era Sukuna would always find a way anyway. That's just me. I you know, I'm gonna say you're glazing him. Da, da, da. I think Sukuna's too smart. Sukuna is too smart. I need to find a way to make these hold up. Let me see if I could. Oh man. My laptop cannot handle streaming, guys. Look, I got an M1 MacBook. I'm a student. Y'all gotta give me a break with some of these, man. I'd be like somebody uncle on this joint. Somebody try and use these streams and stuff. Trust me, give me like 3 more streams. I'm gonna be better at this. Mike, let me just put a better version of your message up. For real, I'd be like somebody damn uncle trying to use these. Guys, I've been trying my hardest to get better at this. I really have. All right, one more. I promise y'all, I'm gonna add an extra 5 minutes to answering questions because of this. I think it's only fair. It's only fair. I'll add an extra 5 minutes to answering questions, and we can move on to 228. Bro, yo. Because 228 is the main chapter I want to go over. I think 228 tells us that I'm struggling. Chill on me, bro. Chill on me. Chill on me. Chill on me. I'm struggling. I'm 22 facing unk allegations. Chill. Yo, I deleted this. Alright, yo, give me a Yo, this funny, bro. This funny. Yo, this funny. I'm facing the unk allegations for real, bro. Chill on me. Alright. Yo, man. Oh, yo, I'm about to throw this damn laptop. Alright, here we go. Alright, we good, gang. We good. We back for real. We back. Alright, so there was no point in Sukuna going Heian form against Gojo. He knew he would have to face everyone else after winning, and as a sorcerer, having more secrets to utilize is better than playing all of your cards outright. Mike, you get the battle system. Like, there's nothing more important than a surprise attack in this series. There's nothing more important than having more cards that you can hide. You are a con artist when you fight. It doesn't matter how strong you are or how you have to be smart. In this is why the 10 Shadows is so important to the series. This is why people like revere that technique, because with the 10 Shadows you have multiple options of attacking, escaping, surprising your opponents, totalities you can fuse. There's nothing more important than Akira. You didn't miss much, bro. Don't worry. We're only 4 chapters into the fight, and it's been an hour. Yo, I always say these streams are gonna be 1 hour, and I end up making these shits like 5. I might as well just become a part-time streamer. Streamer. But yeah, facts. I absolutely agree with this. All right, we're gonna keep reading. Let's read 228 because I think 228 is more important than really anything else. Hit the like, guys. Like. What else? Let me get the live stream back up on the other side. I can't even see the stats. Alright guys, get the likes up. Hit that like button. And now we're gonna read 228. This is the most important chapter in my opinion. Like, this is the one that says Sukuna is playing around. So we see a small barrier. And Maki's like, it doesn't even matter how the barrier looks from the external. That's why once you're trapped in a domain, you have to find the edge or you can't escape. Even if you reach the edge, a normal domain is resistant to attacks from the inside. But there are still limits. Don't blame my dumbass teacher. What's most important with barrier concrete is image. Usually, if you try to envision a barrier too small to even hold yourself and your opponent, the barrier would just collapse. The prison realm, I see. His experience is now coming into play. So this is where Gojo is like doing the, this explains the inverted domain stuff. And then Higuruma Hakari's domains are exceptions because they can. So you know, their domains open by default as part of their curse techniques. So I do think this is an indicator of talent, in my opinion. I just really think that's what this is. Nothing else. Not to glaze Hakari here, but I do think this is an indicator of how talented you are with a domain. Oh, welcome. If only I knew. Appreciate you. Welcome. Oh, appreciate you for joining the membership. Welcome. Probably I do want to break down Hikaru versus Kashimo too. People think they're closer than they actually are. Let me get that message up and then we'll keep reading. Hella messages, bro. www. Let me get that up and then we're gonna keep reading, guys. Yo, y'all spazzing in there. Chill. Yo, guys. Save this energy for the Discord, man. Y'all spazzing for real. It's real hands being thrown in there right now. We cleared that up, Cho, so don't worry. We had a conversation. We talked about it. All right, was it too difficult to maintain such a huge barrier that he had to compress it down to that size? And maybe he just wanted to see if he could cover the effective range of Malevolent Shrine with a large enough barrier. And it's holding out. Sukuna's also decreases domain range, so he can increase the output of his curse technique. But if this barrier breaks, won't they reach a stalemate? And if that happens, Gojo will be running out of options. He will lose. I'll make the Discord after this, guys. Don't worry. Be on the lookout for a community post like 5 minutes after the sentence or something. So the barrier breaks, and we don't know what happens, but we see that Sukuna's domain collapses here. Well, I guess both their barriers broke. Yeah, Mike, the chat's going crazy. Gojo versus Sukuna is serious. I got you, Brendan. I got you, homie. I'm gonna keep reading. So they both destroyed their domains, and then Kusakabe asked, like, who did anybody keep track of this? And for some reason, Meme did. And Ui, oh my lord, I want to smack the shit out that kid. But Higuruma explains that their domains have collapsed. Neither one of them can use curse techniques. In that case, Gojo can make the first move since he can restore his burnt out technique with reverse curse technique. But Sukuna can do the same. Pay attention here. Pay big attention, guys. So Yuta's like, if you put it like that, then I can use that too. But as I said earlier, I can't use it to heal a burnt out technique. However, Gojo made the mistake of showing that to Sukuna. Now, listen to Angel, guys, because Angel has fought Sukuna before, and it seems like Angel has fought Sukuna more, like, a lot. Angel, the way Angel speaks of Sukuna, they know, like, everything about them. Don't worry, don't worry. You good. You good, bro. I know. It's too many. They're going crazy in here. So, Ino says, why is this a problem, right? Why is there an issue with Sukuna seeing Gojo's domain? And no. It's why is there a problem with Sukuna seeing that Gojo can restore his burnt out curse technique with RCT? And Angel goes into the lore of Sukuna splitting his fingers and says that with Kenjaku's help, Sukuna was able to split his spirit into 20 cursed objects. After seeing it only once, after seeing Kenjaku do this one time, he was able to turn himself into a cursed object. This is like one of those insane feats that is talked about before the beginning of the series. It's like lore to the Jujutsu Kaisen people, right? And Sukuna saw that one time and was able to do it. So this establishes basically don't show Sukuna shit. Like you have to, when you do something to Sukuna, make sure it's the only time you do it. So Gojo and Sukuna hop through here. They fight through the city. Oh, Sukuna's running away, but then Sukuna was trying to run away from Gojo, but Gojo had used blue in front of Sukuna, so he can't run anymore. So then Sukuna had to stop, turn around, and then once he turned around, Gojo was already sending a kick at him. So he basically threw a bunch of rocks in front of Sukuna, so Sukuna can't run anymore. And then he started pressuring him. And then this is when it happens. Why? This whole time, Sukuna has stubbornly been avoiding using any other curse technique other than the one granted to his domain. Even when the interior strength of the barrier lowered after I flipped the internal and external conditions, he did not even try to destroy it from the inside, which he easily could have done here. He easily could have just used the Malevolent Shrine and switched his conditions as well. He could have done that, but he instead chose the riskier options, which was, when he like put his back to Gojo and deactivated his domain and all that. He did that instead of just doing the same thing that Gojo did with flipping his internal and external conditions. So this shows that Sukuna is playing with his food. He's messing around. And while we were canceling out each other's short hit effects from within the domain, Sukuna had no other choice but to use domain amplification in order to beat my limitless curse technique. That was a huge advantage for me. As I saw before within a domain, he cannot use buildings to attack. In fact, until my domain was destroyed from the outside, I had the upper hand for 3 minutes. In spite of all this, why did Sukuna never try to use the 10 shadows or Mahoraga within the domain? Sukuna knows that I know about Mahoraga, and is he scared that I can just purple it? So this was like the big moment, right? This is the whole thing that kind of says that Sukuna's screwing around. He could have easily destroyed Gojo's domain again and completely overwhelmed him and exhausted his RCT. At least from how I see it. I don't know if this is what y'all see. But anyways, the chapter does end here with the Mahoraga wheel spinning. So let's take another chapter end break and talk about it here. If you guys have any questions, let the questions come in and see. Let me, just ask me questions, I guess. Is it red? I don't think red is enough for Mahoraga. I think red would do hella damage. But any questions? Cause y'all still spazzing. Y'all beefing. Throwing hands in that damn chat. Non-existent. You see how you get what I'm saying with that chat, right? Was Sukuna physically holding back? Now we don't know, but judging from what Uruume said, it really depends on what you think at this point. I mean, to say that Sukuna was physically holding back against Gojo was insane. Like, I don't believe it. But there's really no way we can argue against that either. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you believe. Only if I knew. If Gojo could survive a full brunt of his domain, why would any technique kill him? Well, Gojo's just regenerating. The problem with Shrine is that it's a multiple. I don't want to say it's weak slashes, but it's just multiple slashes. Like, it's not one massive hit. I personally don't think that Malevolent Shrine is that good of a domain, but the fact that Sukuna is so threatening with it, despite that, it's insane. It's like why I think Blackbeard is so threatening. Like, Blackbeard always screws up. He always fucks up in a fight, but that never stops his plans. Like, he can mess up and still make everything go his way. That's how I kind of think of Sukuna's domain. Like his domain effect is not that good to me, but he's still like an overwhelming force. Okay, yeah, zero balance is it's zero balance, Mr. Man. They just throwing hands in that damn chat. Hakari can survive Malevolent Shrine due to his regeneration. So it depends because Hakari's like curse energy in his output isn't as potent as Gojo's output in regular curse energy as well, right? Like those slashes, what they did to Gojo, they're gonna do more damage to Hakari. Hakari can heal them, but if they might do more damage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They might do way more damage to Hakari than they did to Gojo. So that's why I don't think Hakari is gonna be able to just survive it. You know, like I'm pretty sure Sukuna slashes are gonna do more damage to somebody else. Don't let Jada hear this Hakari slander, bro. I think Hakari is like out of all like the high schoolers and the calling game players that are not Yorozu, I think Hakari's the strongest, bro. I really do. I think Hakari, from how I read Hakari versus Kashimo, Hakari destroyed Kashimo in hands. Like the stats are they're not close. Base Kashimo and Hakari stats are like this, and then Kashimo's relative to like Ryu, Yuta. Hakari's up here. I really think Hakari is like, trust me, but I'm not slandering Hakari. I'm just saying the fact that I'm a Hakari fan and saying this, like, you know, it's not biased. Like, I think the output is gonna hurt Hakari more than it would give you Gojo, no borrow hope. I'll give you $20. So there is the one fact that how do I say this? When it comes to Gojo coming back, there's somebody has said that everything about Gojo passing away peacefully, having fulfilled himself in a strong battle against Sukuna, all that being a good end for him, all that can still be true, and Gojo can return as a fulfilled character in terms of being the strongest. But he can, he can still regress, be a teacher. He has achieved his goal already. Gojo can come back and live a happy life now. It's a good counter argument. I don't know if you still believe Gojo is coming back. You can run with that. Hakari might be able to survive a shrine. We'll see. No, I believe. Oops. Hello, yo. Oh my lord. Uh. Are we still here? I accidentally hit stop streaming. I don't know if he's still here. Y'all let me know if I'm still streaming, bro. I hit stop streaming. I don't know if I'm still here. I don't know if y'all just still spazzing in the chat. Somebody say I'm still here or something, please. Okay, I'm still here. All right, bet. Let's get on to the next chapter. So yeah, if you missed me explaining why I think this was the chapter that confirmed that Sukuna was holding back, don't worry. I'm posting this on my channel after it's done. Yo, AJ, I swear to God, I hit stop streaming. I'm like, damn, did that really just happen? But guys, if you missed it, don't worry, it will be on my channel. So, this is like the fake out. Everybody thinks Mahoraga poisoned Gojo or something. That was the main theory while this was coming out weekly. Everybody's like Mahoraga poisoned Gojo, something like that. But it was a red herring, and we see them just. This is the most fun fast chapter. They're just throwing hands. So Gojo and Sukuna activate their domains at the same time, and this confirms that Sukuna saw Gojo instantly. Like he saw Gojo heal himself with reverse curse technique. Well, restore his burnt out technique, and instantly picked that up. And then Hana's like, has he always been able to do that, or did he just figure it out? I think he just figured that out on the spot. Within the 3 minutes it takes for Sukuna to destroy Gojo's domain from the outside, Gojo needs to damage Sukuna to the point where he can no longer maintain its domain. And then Shoko's coping. I say this fight gets animated in 4 to 5 years. Let's not talk as if Gojo is on the ropes. If Sukuna is drawn into Unlimited Void for even a few seconds, he'll be incapacitated. This is why I think Unlimited Void is the best domain in the series. I think it goes top 3 domains are Naoya, Hanami, and Gojo. If he's able to destroy Malevolent Shrine within 3 minutes, Gojo will win. You just froze up for me, but I don't know. If the stream is still going now, then we're straight. We should be straight if the stream is still going as I speak. So they're throwing hands. And Gojo's really trying to press Sukuna, but it's just not happening. Both of their domains broke again. And then when it comes down to fighting within the domain, Gojo is stronger. I'm pretty sure this was only established because Gojo still has access to the Limitless. And they both activate their domains again. And Higuruma notices that. Well, I'm pretty sure the consensus here was that Higuruma was the one to notice what was happening first. But it seems like Yuta, I don't know. Well, TCB, yeah, this is TCB, so TCB is going to make Yuta sound like he got it too. TCB, when I tell you guys TCB is unreliable when it comes to Yuta, it very much is. I'm pretty sure the real translation was only Higuruma picked up on this. But Yuta notices that maybe, just maybe, Gojo expanded his domain an instant earlier. And then this is like the coolest moment. I love moments where it's like monologue and action at the same time. It's super fast paced. So you were busy healing your body. You were late restoring your curse technique. It was less than 0.01 seconds, but the Unlimited Void landed. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, Sukuna is still picking up on this technique that he just learned from watching Gojo. And what's good, Yassine? Yassine, make a video on it. Why don't you make a video on it? You should make a video on it. I'd watch. I watched your Hercule versus Mr. Satan one today. I just can't remember if I commented, but I did watch the whole thing. You were busy healing. So I think this was just Sukuna did not heal in time to activate his domain. That's all this was. And due to this, Gojo activated his domain first. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds after they last expanded their domains, Gojo landed his domain and the shrine collapsed. And then Unlimited Void hit. So he's like, crushing your heart was the bare minimum. I want your lungs and your liver as well. I'll bring you closer to death than Yuji was at the detention center. And then this is when Mahoraga is summoned. Pretty sure that the moment that this collapsed, Sukuna swapped to the wheel on his head. What's good, Tiberius? Good to see you, bro. Is volume 26 out? I don't think so. I might order it. So you're telling me if Sukuna was still in Yuji? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think the moment that the shrine collapsed, he swapped into the 10 Shadows and, used Mahoraga. I don't like Malevolent Shrine. It's strong because of Sukuna. Yeah, no, quest content. I said the same thing. His domain isn't that good. The wheel was still on Mega Me Soul. Okay. Thank you, OG King. I forgot. It's been a long time since I've read this, man. I did not read this fight since I made that one video of it. Nah, Zero been spazzing non-existent. Zero riding for Gojo. I respect it. He's standing on business. This is like 1 verse 10. Okay, so with this treasure, I summon 8-handle sword, Divergent Seal of Divine General Mahoraga. Right now, it hasn't had time to adapt to the Unlimited Void, so I'll be able to destroy it in one shot. Curse Technique Reversal. And boom, it already adapted. I love this chapter. I think this is like one of the better chapters in the fight. They're all pretty good. Oh yeah, my bad, guys. Yeah, I gotta follow the rules. Okay, 5 minutes of questions. If y'all want to ask me anything, go ahead. Because he can. Sukuna can use 10 shadows here. He didn't open a domain with it, so it wasn't like disabled. Do you think any of the main cast can become a cursed spirit after? I don't think Gege would do that. And plus, Sukuna ain't gonna kill anybody with his bare hands. He have to kill them with his bare hands to like he'd have to kill them with no curse energy to make them into a spirit. You like long walks on the beach? I actually do. Bro was using illegal website to read. Bro, chill on me. You gotta work with what you got. Eugenia, who's Eugenia? Ichigo's Dominic. All right, my thing. I never read. Bro, change your name. Change your name. The white what? Change your name, bro. Get out of here. Change your name. Step out this video and change your name and come back. How can he summon Mahoraga if the ritual was null? I don't know. Just kidding, man. I also no, I know you playing, bro. I know you playing. You know, it's mad messages, guys. I'm gonna try and read the chat, but it's 300 of you guys. Okay, I'm trying my best. Do you think Sukuna will eventually tell us his history as a human? I don't think we're gonna get it soon. We could get it, but I just don't think it's relevant. Kind of crazy to say that, but Sukuna. Hold up, let me turn up the. Oh wait, let me replace the media source. My fault. I'm supposed to have this music looping. I don't think it's relevant. Sukuna's past. He kind of implies it isn't relevant. W Mike, hold up. Let me put your message up. Sukuna kind of implies that his past just isn't relevant when fighting Kashimo. Because when Kashimo was asking him, like, how did you become the strongest? How did you do this, that? How are you as strong as you are? He's like, Kashimo says something like, did you go through something in your past or did you grow up some way? Spam W Mike in the chat. Did you grow up some way or something like that? What did you go through? And Sukuna's like, bro, none of that matters. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. So that kind of confirmed to me that we weren't getting anything with Sukuna's past. We could. But with this whole like strongest arc going on and all that, I don't think it's relevant. Let my chat catch up and then it should let me grab Mike's message. Then once I put Mike's message up, I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading. We're in the home stretch. We're like halfway through, guys. This stream has been super long. Pause. I'm moaning saying that shit. Pause. No Diddy. Yeah, I was fucking moaning saying that shit. Fuck. I gotta fucking. I don't know. Maybe I don't think this video's staying up. Keeping it a stack after that shit. No. I don't think the video's staying up. Do you wish we got to see Sukuna? Bro. Yo, somebody else. Y'all arguing in the comments be so funny. I'm sorry. What you mean, Cat? Read the damn chapter. I'm dead. Let me read Mike's message. I got it. I saved it before I managed to grab it, thankfully. Do you think Panda's gonna have a role coming? I do think so now. Just because Kusakabe's connection with Yaga was brought up again, I do think there's a little chance that Panda can be relevant again. Just because like Kusakabe and Yaga are so close and Yaga, Panda, Kusakabe, they're kind of like a little like side trio. Tiny chance. It's like a smaller chance than I see Earl coming back. All right, any more questions before I go on to the next chapter? I know my boy Brendan. I know Brendan want me to keep reading. How's your day? It's pretty good, Yakub. I appreciate you for asking. It was pretty good. I didn't finish this video. I wanted to get it done, but I was having such a hard time editing. Like, I was trying to generate ideas of like how I should edit the video, and I just had a hard time doing it. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate it. I just had like a hard time editing today. I do think like this video that's coming out is gonna be some of the best editing that I have. And it's more efficient, right? Like my timelines aren't looking like my editing timelines aren't 6-7 rows in this one. I have some parts where I reach 6-7 lines of editing, but nah. This dude, there's a YouTuber named Diavolo. Bro, his editing timelines be like 15 rows long. They be like 2-hour videos, 15 lines of editing. I'm like, yo, this guy's a monster. I'm like, yo, Diavolo is like a crazy editor. That's the kind of editing I'm trying to get on. 20 rows, hour-long videos. Nah. I've been thinking about doing something like that for Arthur versus Dragon. Like, you know how I kind of like summarize the chapters for... Nah, Diavolo goes crazy. I love his videos. If you watch my reviews, like, you can tell the way I structure my reviews are like they're inspired from Diavolo. Like, you can literally see the similarities. The way I edit my reviews are inspired from Diavolo. But I might make a video like that for Arthur versus Dragon. It's funny because when I started my channel, I was gonna start with doing exactly that, but I never got around to it. Anyways, let's keep reading the chapter. Let's read the chapter, guys. So Mahoraga finally enters. This is when we get all the 10 shadow stuff. Do you have financial revenue other than YouTube? I worked for my dad for a long time, but as of now, nope. I make money off of the Iceberg channel that I have, and then this channel gets me money too. Like, both of the channels get me pretty good chunk of change in total. And then I go to school full time. It's kind of what I do. I quit working for my dad because I just wasn't like, it's not that I quit working for my dad because I wasn't getting enough time doing YouTube channels, full-time school, workless. I have no life, bro. Like, so quick, before I get into this chapter, before I did YouTube, I worked for like a hospital I worked for a hospital, kind of running this vaccination project. And no, I'm transparent, everything to you. I don't mind answering questions like that. I have nothing to hide, really. But I worked for a hospital, and they would send me all over the state. They send me all over the state, like, basically. They send me all over the state, kind of like I'd have to help the vaccinators and in these vaccine clinics kind of set up their vaccine clinics and make sure that they were running. They would make sure that they were running all day. It sounds crazy. The only crazy part was the driving. Like, I could dead ass check 2 clinics that are like an hour apart from each other, go home for the rest of the day and sleep. Like, get paid 12 hours for sleeping 8 of those hours. But I drove around so much that I got tired of it. I got exhausted. I was doing school at the time too. That's how I was able to work full time and go to school, because the job, like, I only had to be present for like 3 hours out of the 12-hour days. And then that whole COVID thing eventually came to an end. So I did start YouTube before, and I was still working with my dad. And then, you know, after that whole COVID thing came to an end, I was kind of down on the money, and I was working with my dad to make up for it. And then my dad was just like, it was just taking too much time out of my day. Eventually YouTube picked up, and then I dropped the job with my dad, and now I just go to school for computer science and do this stuff on the side. That's really all it is. Now that's some 100 lore for you guys. 100 lore. But the thing was, the reason why I spoke about my job, like driving all over the state, was because, oh, that was when I had a life. Like I was able to work and hang out with people while I was working. I don't have a life after that no more. So, you know, that's the bad part about it. That's the one thing I miss about that job. I was able to work 3 hours and just hang out with people, go see this person, hang out with that person. And then after that job, I got, you know, after that job was over, the social life came to an end because I had to maintain everything that like was already set up. I based my life off of being able to work for 3 hours and hang out with people all day. And then I had to make up for it. And I'm like, damn, I actually have to work now. My bad, Zero. My bad. All right, let's read. So we come to 2:30, and this is where they're just talking the whole chapter. And, you know, Sukuna's posing with Mahoraga. It's sad lore, bro. I don't get to have fun no more. But I'll be happy in like 2-3 years. So Gojo was aware of Mahoraga's abilities. In his battle with Yorozu, Sukuna used Mahoraga's adaptation ability for himself in order to see through her construction technique. The domain expansion's short hit effects canceled each other out a total of 5 times. 5 times. Gojo's domain short hit effect targeted everything within the domain. Sukuna's short hit effect, however, targeted everything within the domain except himself, which meant that the short hit effect targeting Sukuna was still in place. He continued to take on Unlimited Void 5 times, all the while shouldering the burden of Mahoraga's adaptation. And the one who actually bore this burden was... And then Gojo figures it out that while Sukuna was throwing hands in the domain and shit the whole time, it wasn't him taking on the Unlimited Void, it was Megami. And since Sukuna shares a body with Megami, I guess he can like see the outline of their souls and redirect. I'm not sure how he just chooses. I think it's because they... Oh, what's good, Noah? What's good, bro? Yo, it's so funny that as soon as Megami shows up, this nigga in the chat laughing at him. Of course he the first one to pull up and laugh at him. I'm dead. As soon as Megami pulls up, the first person to chat is Noah. I'm dead, bro. But yeah, Megami was the one to take the hit. So Sukuna's like, damn, like... Hold on, let me So we see that, I mean, the panel explains itself, right? Like, I don't gotta break down everything on the page. Okay, I guess I'll read this. A limited void, an ability that activates once inside of your domain. I figured it was going to be a pain in the ass, but that's why my first move was to get rid of that card. I was unable to use amplification within the domain, so I had Megami adapt to Unlimited Void using his 10 Shadows technique. And as a result, I couldn't use any other technique except for the one that's in my domain. Yeah, spam W Noah's, man. Good to see him in here. I suppose that paid off in his own way. All he took was the process of... Oh yeah, check out Noah's content if you haven't. Please. All he took on was the process of adaptation and not the resulting adaptation. I know I'm supposed to be the analysis guy, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be breaking down. Like, they're literally explaining what's going on here the whole chapter, guys. Y'all rushing me to read this and break this down. I don't need to break this down for you guys. I really don't think I need to break this down. There's only so much you can analyze, you know, like, I can't analyze this for you guys. Maybe I can meditate on a damn mountain and try to analyze this, but there's nothing for me to break down in this chapter. The chapter explains itself. They've exhausted themselves. Oh, Tiberius, W. And Zero got the membership, rightfully so. Zero been putting in numbers. He been putting in work. You're still confused by it? Well, you're cool. Ask me what you're confused about. I'll go to the page that explains it. They just kept breaking each other's domains. Oh, look. So we look at this. My fault, bro. So if you see this picture here, this is in 230. This is what happened to Gojo's brain. Like, And Tiberius, I'm gonna put your membership up in a bit. It's just like my chat gets this joint mad late. I don't know why. But this is what happened to Gojo's brain. So, you know, it went to his bodily functions just screwed up because he kept healing and breaking. He kept breaking his brain and regenerating it in order to restore his technique faster. And then we know what happened here. Like Gojo hit Sukuna with his unlimited void, and that messed up his brain. And then this is why they can't use their techniques anymore. But y'all see this, like unlimited void messes you up. This is why I think it's the best domain in the series, even better than well, you can argue Hanami's domain is better if you want. You could if you want. I mean, there's an argument for it, but there's a reason why Hanami's domain is non-canon. What's good, Devin? Good to see you, bro. OG in the chat. Bro, can the oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm about to grab it now, Tiberius. I want to get this up before I keep scrolling. I'm supposed to be taking questions after I finish the chapter. Y'all know I'm just like Hanami's domain. It shoots out a beam. Like you remember when he was about to charge something up when fighting Yuji and Todo? It shoots out a beam and then the domain opens and the petals. I don't know if y'all remember, but Hanami can shoot petals that make you like fall asleep. You fall asleep. And you know, like if you fall asleep, you're just a sitting duck. You're just sitting there. There's nothing you can do, and you can basically just get clapped from there. I mean, Gojo's domain will still keep you up, but Hanami's domain literally just there's nothing you can do. You fall asleep and you're just sitting there. And she can just kill you or do whatever. Any domain that I don't think domains that do damage are that good. I think domains that stop the opponent from taking action are the best. Like Naoya's domain, Gojo's, Hanami's, but I would put Naoya 3, Hanami 2, Gojo 1. Just because Gojo can fry your brain, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends on what you think is better. Like in this situation, you'd obviously want Hanami's domain rather than Gojo's domain because Hanami would have put Sukuna to sleep, whereas Gojo just stops him from doing whatever he was gonna do. All right, let's keep reading. Oh, I forgot about Yorozu. Dang. Yeah, Yorozu has a good short hit too. Yorozu has a great one as well. Mahito's domain is also amazing. Yep. But you can, like, you know, people who can heal the soul can handle Mahito's domain. Jogo is like bottom 5 domains, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I respect Jogo though. So let me read this and then we can finish the chapter. It hadn't been even 10 seconds since Sukuna took a blow from the unlimited void. Yet, just like Gojo, Sukuna's brain sustained enough damage to make domain expansion impossible. Yeah, you know, he's laughing. Looks like it hit you pretty damn hard. My students are watching. I gotta show off. This is a callback to their first fight where, you know, he pulls up on Megami. He's showing off for Megami. And then the loneliness that comes with unrivaled strength, the one who will teach you about love is... I think that's a curse. I really believe that this whole thing here, this whole loneliness, unrivaled strength, I think this is a curse. That's also why I think Yuji's gonna teach Sukuna love, because Yuji's whole reason for fighting is because of like the love he has for humanity and his grandfather. Like, you know what I'm saying? Love is more than battle, but all Sukuna knows is battle. That's why he can't understand love. That's why he thinks it doesn't exist. Yuji doesn't fight to fight. Sukuna, I don't want to say it's that simple for Sukuna, but Infinite titty Yo, chill. LaRue's strong. LaRue is strong. Yo, I know LaRue's gonna get underrated. Oh, what's good, Ray? You asked me a question, Ray? Yo, guys, if y'all have questions, let me read this chapter first, and then I'm gonna let me read this chapter first, and then I'll get to the questions. So, has anybody here ever been punched by Gojo? I punched him before, didn't end up like him. If I seriously punch, you mean? So this is the whole blue thing. Like, every time Gojo punches somebody, he's using blue, so it hurts. You know, Miguel fans love this page. And then this is just Gojo. These are the chapters that made Gojo fans believe that Gojo was like screwed out of the fight. I swear, stuff like this, like Gege writes his fights so out of order. Like the order these events be happening, like that's why people think Hakari versus Kashimo was close, because there's a whole chapter of Kashimo beating Hakari's ass. It wasn't like, when you remove that chapter, you see how like one-sided it was. But this is one of those chapters where we just see one character whooping another's ass, so we think it's like one-sided. But yeah, we see, you know, Gojo just destroying Sukuna. And I guess Sukuna is able to adapt with each, because, you know, Gojo has his blue punches going on. So, you know, drags him around, throws him, and then he uses blue around Sukuna. But Sukuna goes straight out of the rubble. And Gojo tries to kick Sukuna as he runs towards him, but Sukuna is able to dodge. And then Gojo sends another blue, pulling Sukuna up. So Sukuna's reaction speed is insane here. He sets a blue above Sukuna, and it pulls him up as he tries to kick down. And Sukuna like flips around it, bro. Like, that's insane. That's so fire. He flips around the kick. And he probably had like 0.0001 seconds to do this. So he flips around the kick, and the wheel spins because the blue is dragging Sukuna towards it. This ends up biting him in the ass. This actually ends up biting him in the ass. Nah, that's true, Scott. Trust me. You know, authors could get like 30 pages. They'd be cooking, but they're limited. You know, I can't. That's true, Scott. That's a good point. I can't really blame these authors because they're limited by. They don't limit themselves. Like, I think Oda said this before, but he was like, if I had a choice, I'd put out 30-page chapters every week because I can't get everything I want in one chapter. That's why the pacing is so slow for One Piece, because Oda can't put out as much as he wants. But anyways, this whole thing, remember this blue here, this ends up biting Sukuna in the ass. If he never adapted to this, he could have stopped the purple at the end. At least that's how I perceive it, because the wheel spins after Sukuna gets dragged by this. So Gojo starts using blue to accelerate himself. Kamu Smokey, bro. Have a good night, Tiberius. Always good having you here, bro. Love talking to you, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Watch Tiberius's Sukuna Cycle video, please. I need y'all to see that video. He cooks. He really, like, he cooks in that video, man. Y'all need long-term perspectives. Blah. So yeah, so Gojo accelerates himself, tries to back fist him, but he doesn't fall for it. Grabs him. And then yo, Sukuna sends him flying. Sukuna sends him flying, bro. You ever think Gojo can just do multiple purples? I think that would like eat up more energy than he can. I think that eat up more energy than he can regenerate. So there we go. Sends him flying. Gojo lands on the thing. They start talking smack. Incantation used to manifest Mahoraga along with the wheel that represents complete circulation and harmony. Once Mahoraga has been attacked, the wheel spins, starting the adaptation. And then the wheel turns again. When he uses domain amplification to touch me, it's safe to assume that it interrupts any of that adaptation process. He can use, and then yeah, I guess he adapted blue here. This is when he adapts blue. I believe this is when he adapts to Limitless, or well, the blues that Gojo were using. It's safe to assume that interrupts any of the adaptation process, so he can't activate his domain, but he can use amplification, probably because of the area of his brain I hit was in charge of barrier techniques. In order to avoid the adaptation, he isn't using anything aside from his curse technique lapse. Well, that's to be expected. Then they clash again, like off some Naruto. This is like a Naruto type clash. And Gojo lands, spinning around, getting ready to punch, but Sukuna is, you know, this light is falling towards Sukuna. He grabs it to throw it. And then, yeah, Gojo just stops it with the Limitless. And they're like, why isn't he bringing out Mahoraga? And it's because Unlimited Void was used a 5th time. It already adapted. So it needs to spin several times in order for it to adapt to Gojo. And Kusakabe's like, it's possible, considering how little regard those two have for what's possible. Well, impossible. So Kusakabe's basically saying, I don't know what's going to happen because these guys can do everything. Even the things I don't think they can do, they're doing it. We're watching on the toilet, right? We're watching on the toilet right now. I respect it, bro. Oh, you paying attention? You need 4 spins total, yeah? That leaves 3 more. 3 more of the spins. 3 more spins of the wheel until Mahoraga adapts to my infinity. Just 3 spins left. He's like, I guess we have ourselves a countdown. And Gojo's like, yeah, I guess we do. I'll beat you dead before you even spin 3 times. And then he's like, he hasn't forgotten about Megami, right? And Yuji's like, he might have. Kashimo says, it's fine. Let him forget. And Kashimo obviously says this because he understands the fight. Like, to break this little quote down, is deeper than Kashimo just talking shit. Like, Kashimo knows that Gojo has been waiting his whole life for something like this. So he's like, don't remind him. Like, let Gojo have this moment. Let him enjoy it. Because I hope y'all don't sit here and remind me of shit when I'm fighting Sukuna. Like, I want to be able to enjoy the moment. So that's why Kashimo's the one who has to keep telling the cast, like, don't interrupt this fight. Let Gojo enjoy it. Let him forget. Kashimo's the character to say these things because he's the one who, ironically, despite knowing Gojo the least out of everybody here, he understands him the most. All right, let's keep going. So the fight keeps going, and Sukuna's wheel spins. That's the 2nd spin. Doesn't really show us from, like, what? But Gojo activates like multiple blues and sends them around. You know, they're running through what seems to be under a building with multiple pillars. Oh, you're right, Calamity. You're right. Yo, good shit, Calamity. I appreciate you. All right, 5 minutes of questions, guys. Y'all have any questions for me? Let me know. W Calamity in the chat. Fire Hydrant versus Goku. Fire Hydrant. It needed the... What stopped the Fire Hydrant? All right, ask questions, guys. If y'all have questions, let me know. I'm so tired. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to edit all day. What's good, Darius? How you, bro? Happy to have you here. We almost done with. Well, we're not almost done, but we're reading a lot. You know what I'm saying? We've read a lot. But like I said, guys, after the fight, we're probably gonna sit down and talk about it anyway. You guys are already spazzing. Is the Black Flash coming up? Yeah, I think we're on the chapter. Right? Yeah, we're on the chapter of the Black Flash. Where would you... Do you think Gojo could beat 4-armed Sukuna without 10 shadows? It's possible. Where would you place my Go Kenjaku? Kenjaku is either 3 or 4. There's just too many characters who can't counter like his domain. Do you think Gojo's gonna come back? It's possible. I don't believe he will, but it's possible. Somebody cooked my argument. I was like, they're like, you made a great argument, bro, but everything you said could be true and he can still come back. I sat there and thought about it. I said, damn, he's right. Everything I said could be true and he could still come back. It's just like, he like shit on my argument in the best way possible. I was like, damn, like I hate y'all. It was like such a great counter. I'm like, damn, like, yo, he really, everything I said in that video could be true and he could still come back. I guess from a writing perspective, Like from a writing narrative perspective, I think Gojo's better off dead. If purple loses power over distance, then unlimited. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, Nika. You gotta rephrase that. Do you think no bar will come back? I don't think so, but I wouldn't. I'd say like 60-40. The longer all this stuff goes, the more I believe that she'll come back. It was like 90-10 for me when I first started doing reviews. Now it's like 60-40. I believe there's a possibility. Yeah, I got mad. Yeah. You think we see? I think Sukuna's just getting cursed energy back. Everybody's saying domain or Fuga. I just think Sukuna's getting cursed energy back. That's it. Nothing more. I think it's just like a red herring. Because Sukuna can't get no domain back. He's gonna kill everybody. Sukuna can't get the fire arrow. Because, like, why would he? I just don't think he'd, like, let me stop and shoot a fire arrow while fighting 5 to 6 people. And more are gonna pull up. It's like, I think he'd save that for Yuta or Hakari. You think Yuji will get a domain? He should. I don't know if he will, but I think Yuji should get a domain at some point. I'm not gonna lie. Like, because how I say this, I think the best way for me to say this is I want Yuji to be one of the strongest characters in the series, and if you don't have a domain, you really can't. Like, you know, you gotta be able to hang with like Yuki, Yuta, Hakari's domain. I hope Yuji gets like a 0.2 second domain like Hakari and Higuruma, so he automatically beats other domains. I would love for Yuji to get a 0.2 domain. Do you think Megami will turn evil and use the merger? No, I think Sukuna's probably gonna get points from, like, when Kenjaku died. I think Kenjaku sent points to Sukuna. You know, I think he'll use the Cooling Game rules to work around the merger. Because as we know, like, you can bend the Cooling Game rules if you threaten to end it early, like Kenjaku did in 220. How strong do you think Yuji is currently? Probably, I think he's the strongest heavy hitter. Yuji's like, it's been 15 chapters. He's still fighting Sukuna. All these other high tiers have been getting, like, killed, removed. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just think that Yuji's the strongest. Any more questions before we go on to the chapters? 10:50. Nah, Kenjaku does have a short hit. He has the gravity. How's this the Yuji so? Because the way Yuji's written is, like, he's gonna be there, but he's not gonna take center stage until the very end. And people complain about this as it happens, but it lets other characters have shine while Yuji still gets his big, grand, amazing moment. So I love how Yuji's written when it comes to like, not feeling important when he's there, but then when it's time for Yuji to show out and do his thing, he does his thing. W Blue, appreciate the donation, bro. If Gojo was the main character, would he have won? If Gojo was the main character, he'd be a completely different character. I think Gojo's purpose is to show you that, like, being alone isn't cool. Being the super ace, cool, badass guy, you're always gonna fail like he does, because humans are social creatures. They need other people. That's just how it is. So I think if Gojo was the main, like, I don't think Gege would ever let Gojo be a main character or anything like that. Like, he ain't going for that. Gojo's an example of, like, what not to believe, what not to be like. Like, there's a reason why Gege made Gojo so miserable. Yeah, we're gonna get back to reading. As cool as Gojo seems, there's a reason why Gege made sure to make sure he failed, like, at every single turn. And it's because Gege, like, Gojo stands against, like, the entire theme of the story. Well, not really, but Gojo's strength stands against the entire, like, purpose of the story. There should be no one person that can do everything. And if you believe that, you'll be punished. Alright, so let's read 230. Let's read 230, then I'll take a break to answer questions again, guys. So his fist is enhanced with cursed energy, and on the moment of impact, blue repeatedly absorbs the surrounding space. It isn't just stronger, it feels like you've been clocked by a counterattack after preparing for a regular blow. It's the absolute worst. So here's how I'll show you guys how this works. This is how I'm gonna show you guys how this works. I literally put this in my review because this is the only way I feel like this is the only way to explain I think this is the best way to explain how blue like really hits you, like how it really feels. Let me see if I can find the panel again. Oh, like this. So y'all see this picture here? So when Agito and Gaoling were fighting in this match in this series, Agito went in for a punch, and then Gaoling dodged the punch and used the forward momentum from Agito, like moving in towards him, and punched him in the face. So rather than the punch being like this, it went like this. So that's why like there's more impact to Gojo's punches. Rather than the punch traveling all the way over here, they're running towards each other. Boom. Rather than so Gojo's punches pull you towards the punch, and it doubles the impact of the hits. If you guys never understood how like the blue punches work, and it says that it made them puke, and they're like, oh, what the bro, we read this. Yeah, we read this chapter, bro. My fault, gang. All right, we're getting to the Black Flash chapter. We read this already. So the wheel's spinning, and then they're going under the building. And Sukuna tries to hide around like one of these pillars to get a sneak attack in, but Gojo sees it and activates 8 blues around him. And he has the 8 blues kind of like bounce all over the place while Sukuna's trying to dodge them and stuff like that. But then Sukuna's summoned because he wants to keep Mahoraga out, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to run the risk of them being destroyed early or anything like that. I can't answer as to why Sukuna chose to not summon any of the Shikigami. I can't answer. I wish I could answer, but we don't really know. There was really no reason to have them out anyway either. Like Gojo, if Gojo could destroy Mahoraga at the strength he was here easily, he was destroying every other Shikigami easy. I think that's why Sukuna waited to use Mahoraga, and then Agito and Gojo got even weaker. Like he wanted to make sure these Shikigami could last more than 5 seconds in the battle. If I had to guess. Because if he summoned Agito right here, Gojo was gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to wait till Gojo had to sit there and chant to use techniques and really hurt the Shikigami. Which in my opinion, I think that's a better strategy, of course. You don't want to summon Agito here when Gojo's able to just shoot out techniques without having to sit still and chant and use hand signs and all that. So anyways, they clash while, Sukuna's dodging all these blues. And Gojo kicks Sukuna toward a blue. And this makes him adapt again. 3rd spin. And there's one more spin left. And they're guessing here how this works. Blah, I bit my tongue. But they're guessing here how this works. And from what we find out later, it's that Mahoraga kind of provides a blueprint and analyzes the opponent as they fight rather than just rather than just getting hit and adapting like the first example shows. So then Sukuna was probably studying how the wheel was changing its nature as this fight was going on, if I had to guess, but I don't think Sukuna really studied Mahoraga until he summoned him. But as we know, like this was just them guessing as to how it worked at the time. It's not really relevant now. So, well, considering Gojo hasn't used any technique aside from blue, which could it be? Either option is possible. That's all there is to it. And Kashimo being Kashimo, he's loving the fight, right? Like he I think Kashimo does really like Gojo and he feels empathy for him. I'm losing my damn voice talking so much. But he's happy to see Gojo here fighting, you know, because Gojo understands him better than anybody else. They know each other's pain. So you're going to see Kashimo like in love with this fight. So anyways, Sukuna flies through the building. This shit always, Gojo just chasing him. It's panels like these, happy Ramadan, brother. It's panels like these that convince people that There's panels like these that convince people that Gojo was dominating the fight. It's, you know, and I swear Gege does this on purpose. So anyways, Gojo's like, now I'll give him hell. I've convinced him that all I'll use is blue, and with this timing, he won't be able to react. And Gojo then uses the red, shooting it in front of Sukuna. And like the rubble goes through Sukuna and it hurts him bad. Like the rubble flying off the red, which is crazy. And amplification minimized the damage. As expected, even the amplification can neutralize the low output of its limitless, but it cannot neutralize the fully blue or full red. And he misread it. At this rate, it'll adapt. And then, you know, he's like, damn, you really missed like that? Like, you're getting mad sloppy. And then Gojo's playing along. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna say nothing until I can say it. And then he's like, now I'm gonna say it. You know, that's why he's just looking at him. You know, that red just now still hasn't exploded, and it comes around and explodes behind Sukuna. And we see that Gojo is like really good at using his surroundings and sent the red all the way around to Sukuna's back, pushing him towards him. And you amplify this with the acceleration of blue pulling Sukuna even faster toward him. And he lands this blue-black flash. It's like, yo, Gojo maximized the acceleration of Sukuna flying toward him with blue and then landed a black. It's like, damn, like that really hurt. But that allowed the wheel to spin one last time. And Mahoraga was activated. I would assume so. I would assume Gojo used blue because the previous chapter establishes that all of his punches have blue in them. I think that's just the point. I think that was the point of those pages, to show that Gojo always uses blue with his punches. So yeah, the chapter ends with Mahoraga finally fully adapting and coming out. And this is when things get serious. All right, before we go on to the next chapter, any questions? Any questions? Let me check my phone real quick. Why's my screen like that? Like, it looks funny from people use this chapter as proof of Gojo dominating. Yes, Kenny would instantly die. Sukuna can't fight back. I think it's the opposite. Sukuna can't fight back and adapt at the same time. I think yeah, Kara, I think that like all of these chapters, they're playing you. Like you're gonna look at this and think Gojo's going crazy, but once you know how it ends, the context of all these of Gojo's domination changes. Because we know that Sukuna was just adapting with the wheel on his head. And we know, like, how do I say this? The wheel on your head allows you to analyze what's going on with the fight. ICB, did you text me on Instagram? Oh, ICB really messaged me. Yeah, I'm done. And I gotta put the live stream numbers up on Instagram. There's ads. Hold up. Guys, y'all, I'm sorry about the ads. Y'all, Unk's still trying to, Unk's still trying to figure out how this works. Okay, there we go. I turned off ads. I didn't realize. Thanks for telling me, Calamity. Okay, let me extend like the let me extend like the questions for Chill on Unk. What's your IG? My IG's up here. I'm not Unk. Appreciate you, bro. My IG's up here if y'all wanted to follow. I put it on top of the chat. How does the Ganesha curse work? I think it's just zero gravity. Like Ganesha just removes gravity from the area. I would have a lot of ads if I was. Ads ain't paying streamers nothing. I haven't been streaming that much, but if ads are only, I have 200 viewers. If y'all all got hit with an ad, I'm getting like $1. All jokes aside, probably not even $1. I don't think ads is paying that much. I wouldn't have ads on. If all y'all got hit with a single ad, I'm probably getting like $1 from it. I don't think ads while streaming are really worth it. Ads don't pay us that much, bro. They really don't. Like, Happy April Fools. We don't celebrate that, bro. I appreciate the good energy though. Unky. All right, no questions. Y'all don't got no questions. I got like 3 minutes of questions left. Cap. All right, we just gonna read the chapter. Infinity's only good if you have the 6 eyes. Yeah. Yo. Ganesha affects natural phenomena. Yeah, I just think Ganesha, from what I saw with the soldiers, just zero gravity. Mimicry, carry, Sukuna. Appreciate you, Devin. Let me follow back. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I followed you back, Devin. I asked a question before about Yuji. What was the question, Devin? You think Yuki wins or does better if she knew all of Kenjaku's curse techniques? I mean, didn't she know all of them? Didn't she know like everything Kenjaku could do? We don't know who wins the domain struggle because we do know that. You think Yuta intervened and used domain to help Gojo in 234? Gojo would have won. I don't think there was anything they could do to help. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think. And another thing is, Gojo's plan with the unlimited purple was so like you really you can't have nobody interrupt that. And that unlimited hollow purple is doing more than Yuta's domain. He needed that. Oh, I like girls like Yuki. Is that it for the question? Why do people think Yuji can readily hit black flashes? I don't know. He be doing. Oh, good night, non-existent. Y'all probably in the whoever in the UK, go to bed, bro. It's too late for this. I'm leaving the stream up. Bro. Y'all good. Go to bed. You can catch up in the morning. We see this first with answer questions I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just finish the fight and answer questions after, because all this stuff happens like fast. So he's not finished yet. Even if it adapted to the infinity, they're still on equal footing. And even if he's injured, he can quickly, but he's taking longer to use his reverse curse technique because he's weakened. Sorry, it's likely the same for Sukuna, with damage sustained by his brain. Even with the strongest in history, the King of Curses as his opponent, he got hyped. He was like, damn, this reminds me of Toji. It reminds me of Toji. And, you know, he's feeling satisfaction because the loneliness that comes with absolute strength, and he's finally meeting a match. Mahoraga is finally here fighting instead of Sukuna, and Mahoraga's getting its ass beat. Like look at it, bro. It's coughing up spit and everything. I still think the fact that Mahoraga can stand here and get his ass beat is a feat in itself. So I also think when we see when we see Gojo start chanting and using like chants to activate red and stuff, I do believe that this is why the Shikigami were being held back, like I said earlier. Because Gojo's much weaker now, the Shikigami can actually survive in a battle with Gojo at this point. So he had to go ahead and save them for the end. We'll save them for a weakened Gojo like this. If Sukuna just threw out Mahoraga like 2 chapters ago, he would have died. So Red's about to happen. Rapid escape happens. He's like looking around, but he's like, you know what? F it. I'm gonna explode the whole place so y'all can't run away. And this is a beautiful fight scene here. I love shit like this. Like Gojo just said, F, I'm gonna explode the place, and they're all running through the rubble. That's like top tier choreography, bro. And they're all like making their own actions as they run through the rubble. That's so tough. This is like the single best chapter of the fight, in my opinion. Oh, W Wag Wumpany. Appreciate you. But that's like that's so fire, bro. I love that little fight scene where Gojo explodes the whole area and they all decide to run along with them, and they're all running through the rubble. So tough, man. Let me put that picture up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and well, I can keep reading, guys. It didn't pop up on my other laptop yet, so bro, Infinity carry. So we're gonna address that later, Bad Company, don't worry. So yeah, they all run through the rubble, and Sukuna throws the fire hydrant to block Gojo's view so he can like sneak and attack him with Mahoraga. I forgot how good this fight really was. Wow. I forgot how good this fight actually was. So yeah, we see that, you know, in the fire extinguisher, the fire hydrant extinguisher, whatever comes out of it. My chat is 10 minutes late on my other laptop. I see it on my OBS screen though. Bad Company, I might get your message up, don't worry. So anyways, the fire extinguisher covers the entire area, and Mahoraga and Sukuna both take advantage of this by shooting out like the piercing blood water, and Mahoraga attacking Sukuna at the same time. And since Mahoraga getting in contact with Gojo kind of disabled the Infinity, it allowed Sukuna to land a piercing blood on Gojo. So as we know, this is like around the time where Gojo begins to focus on Mahoraga being the one to primarily do attacks, right? Like he's saying he isn't just devoting himself to attacks, to support. When Mahoraga erases the Infinity, Sukuna will attack that. So this is just a good old-fashioned 2-on-1, but usually he should be unable to use Shikigami's powers without summoning them. Oh my lord, this chat is killing me. Like, my chat is so late, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to... Oh, here we go. I'm like multitasking, trying to remember Bad Company's donation, but it comes up so late. There you go. Now I can finally do it and get back to reading after. We're going to address the Infinity carries Gojo thing later. I don't know. That's like saying that's not an argument. You know what I'm saying? That's like an excuse Yuji could use if he got his ass beat by someone. that's like the perfect excuse for Yuji to use when he gets his ass beat. Bro, why is that your name? Lines. Couldn't Gojo just purple Mahoraga here? With like, I think you gotta. I don't think Gojo could use purple at all at this moment. It's not even that he can't use it that fast. I just don't think he can use it at all. Because you gotta realize he had to separately use blue and red to, and then like enhance them with chants and all that. I don't think Gojo was gonna be able to sit here and charge a purple and actually do it successfully. All right, let me just fix my screen real quick, and then we can get back to reading. All right, so where were we? I'm gonna get your message up there, Lines. It's just gotta pop up on my other laptop. So yeah, Sukuna isn't just on support. He's gonna attack when he gets a chance to by using Mahoraga to contact Gojo. And then, oh yeah, I was here. You're talking about how he shouldn't be able to use Shikigami's abilities without summoning them. I mean, using Max Elephant to create a piercing blood. So I guess he's saying that like Sukuna is really good with curse techniques. Unless he applies it externally to his domain, he can't use his shrine. I don't know what else to call him. He can't use his shrine and the 10 shadows at the same time. He's using Shikigami other than Mahoraga now, since the adaptation to infinity is complete. He has more resources to allocate. In that case, it should take longer to adapt to the reverse red rather than the curse technique blue. I much prefer that than having Mahoraga pluck away at my cards from my hand one by one. Using his okay, because I guess red is just more powerful overall, so it's gonna take like a lot more effort for him to actually adapt to it successfully. And then this is when he creates Agito, and you know, he's noticing that Gojo's only getting weaker. Like Sukuna sees this himself. This is no surprise to him, which is why he finally takes the opportunity to bring out Agito. My fault, guys. I keep looking to see if Line's message comes up, cause you know. So yes, Gojo is only getting weaker. He's having a hard time regenerating. So Sukuna's like, you know what? Now I can bring out Agito without him just destroying it instantly. And now he's like, this is a 3-on-1, and Gojo's talking shit about it, and they're just jumping in bad, and he's managing to actually deal with it. And then he jumps on Mahoraga's back and shoots a red, but he doesn't enchant it or anything, so Mahoraga's able to eat it, no problem. And then Gojo's like, this is barely effective, and it's not only because my output is lowering, but the adaptation is gradual rather than binary. So he's slowly adapting to Gojo's abilities, and he's getting weaker as he fights. So this is when he's like, you know what? Oh yeah, good night, Zero Balance. Take it easy, bro. So then this is when Gojo's like, you know, I have to use purple. Like I have to get rid of this guy. Appreciate you, Zero. I'll probably stream tomorrow, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Good night, bro. Take it easy. Appreciate you being here. You stepped. So yeah, he's like, the only way I can win is getting rid of Mahoraga, like instantly. No more playing around. I gotta use this unlimited purple. And then Kashimo is, you know, this whole segment is Kashimo getting pissed because he doesn't want people to interrupt the fight. Nobody really does. They want Gojo to cook and do his own thing. What is... Alright. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, bro, because it's... Let me find this, guys. Good night, Araka. Peace out, man. Thank you for being here. Okay, here we go. What's good, Alejandro? Alejandro Gutierrez. I think I said your name right. Okay, there we go. Finally. All right, let me get Line's message out. What is... Can y'all tell me who this guy is? Is this Wesker or something? Is this Wesker? I'm about to put a picture up. I need y'all to tell me who this dude is. Like this profile picture. Who is this profile picture right here? Y'all see this? Who's that guy down there? Is that Wesker from like Resident Evil or something? All right, let me keep reading. Terminator. Okay. Okay. Because, yo, I kept seeing... I only saw like one Terminator movie. Like, I never really watched it. But I kept seeing that. I keep seeing that guy. Like, who the hell is that? I see mad people with that profile picture. Like, it's like one of them profile pictures. Okay, so Kashimo's mad at Yuta because he's like y'all can't interrupt this fight. Like Gojo's wanted this his entire life. Y'all don't understand what it feels like. Let Gojo be out there and have fun. So that wasn't what Kashimo was saying, but Hakari's like, yeah, don't interrupt. And then they're all saying, yeah, don't go out, Yuta. And then Yuji's like, nah, you need to go out there right now. But Kusakabe's like, nah. Mei's like, nah. Gojo only needs to beat Sukuna because if everybody handles... You wanna know what's crazy? She says, if we all band together, we may be able to handle Kenjaku. That's so crazy. Like, that's how you know Takaba was him. It's different for Sukuna, though. Even if he wins against Gojo, he'll need to fight the rest of us after that. And he definitely has an ace up his sleeve. And if we go out there, he may just use it. Yuta's like, so you're saying we shouldn't provoke him? And Kusakabe's like, there's still monsters lying in wait like Urume. Sukuna still has to hold back. Dang. Look, Kusakabe even says it. Look, right now Sukuna still has to hold back, but Gojo can go all out with no burdens. Dang. And then Kashimo is like, are all you guys this dense? Are all modern sorcerers this dumb? And Hakari's like, huh? And Kashimo says, you guys are missing the point. This is Gojo's battle. No matter what happens, nobody should jump in. So what he's saying here, obviously, like I've said like a billion times already, Kashimo understands what this fight means to Gojo and, you know, the loneliness and all that stuff. So he doesn't want anybody interrupting Gojo. Again, it's ironic how Kashimo knows Gojo the least, but understands him the most. It's pretty tragic too. Like, think about it. The only people that understand Gojo are people from completely different timelines. Like, it's a miracle that Gojo could have met these guys. But yeah, the characters don't really understand Gojo, so they're gonna interrupt and ruin this moment for him. He's having fun for once. Let him have fun. That's what Kashimo say. And so we see them like jumping him. This was confirmed to be a Black Flash. I think Gege literally confirmed today that this was a Black Flash here. But Agito instantly regenerates it. annoying, like Deadpool. And then it said that this is Great Serpent, Morning Tiger, and Tranquil Deer. But remember, Nue already merged with the Great Serpent, so this is 4 Shikigami in one. So then Gojo's like, I need to get rid of Hi Catnap. So Gojo's saying I need to get rid of this guy, like both of these guys at the same time. No, I need to get rid of both of these guys with one hit. So Mahoraga like tries to shoot rocks at him using the whole thing. And then Gojo just stands still with the Limitless and stops him. And Mahoraga still goes trying to like slash him down, but he's able to counter this easily, sending a back kick to Mahoraga's face. And then Agito pulls up right in front of him trying to do something, but he just punches it in the face. It's like there's nothing this guy can do. And then Sukuna's in the back just like plotting. He's like, the purple fired at the beginning had more than 120% output. He likely used a binding vow. Ooh. So yeah, yo, guys, a lot of people be sitting here talking about Sukuna needed a binding vow to win, blah blah blah. Look at Gojo using binding vows too. They both use binding vows. Well, then again, no, he could have just. No. I'm misinterpreting that. That's only from Sukuna's perspective. He doesn't know Utahime's present. He doesn't know Gakuganji's present. I think, well, yeah, Sukuna's probably just wrong here. He looked to be less than 4 kilometers away, yet even taking it head on, I lost both of my enhanced arms. However, I'm not exactly in perfect shape right now. If I take purple from this distance, even at 100% output, it will likely prove fatal. I think this panel here, it's just to tell us that you can use binding vows to enhance your techniques. But obviously, Sukuna's wrong. I think Sukuna is just wrong. Like, he doesn't know Utahime's there. He doesn't know Gakuganji's there. This is only to confirm that you can use binding vows to, like, make your techniques go beyond what they're supposed to. So then Mahoraga's, like, not doing what the hell he's supposed to do. This moment is what makes me... I'm gonna get to questions once this fight's over. It's almost done, guys, so don't worry. The fight's almost over. So Mahoraga's not... So this is what makes me like unsure as to if Mahoraga's curse energy increases with Sukuna, like the other Shikigami. Because he says you're not Megami Shadow anymore. Like, you're incompetent. You need to show me what you can do. Like, it sounds like Sukuna had to just mentally tell him lock in rather than his power increase or some shit like that. Although I could be wrong. So anyways, Mahoraga adapts and uses the cut. Like, dismantle. I don't know. I don't think this was dismantle. But it was just Mahoraga's adaptation. And remember, Sukuna had to tweak Mahoraga's adaptation in a way that can allow him to replicate what Sukuna, like, Sukuna can see what Mahoraga does here and copy it. So I think this was just Mahoraga itself, like, it wasn't using dismantle. It just made itself use range slashes to adapt to the Limitless in a way that Sukuna can see and analyze it. So then Mahoraga uses his slashes. Yeah, Sunset. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, Mahoraga just changed itself. We'll keep reading. Anyways, the kick, they all push him, and then he got punched in the head. I think this, uses the maximum blue, punches him with a black flash, right? Was this a black flash or no? I don't think this was a black flash. Yeah, no, this wasn't another black flash. Oh wait, oops. Let me make this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you know, we get the little warning that purple's about to happen. Oh no, Demetrius, you probably shouldn't have come in this chat saying that. Yeah, they about to jump you. Okay, so yeah, once again, Gojo's purple will mark Shinjuku. And now we finally enter the final chapter. I'm not going through Gojo's monologue. I have a whole analysis video on it. Go watch that. I'm sorry, I don't have the time to sit down and sit. It's gonna take me like 30 minutes to break that chapter down in person. We're just looking at the fight. So you see, Black Flash. Gojo begins to feel a rush of exhilaration, and for the first time in 1,000 years, Sukuna experiences the height of tension. Experiences the height of tension. They removed like the I guess you can say this is a way, a convoluted way to say nervousness. So how do you guys interpret nervous here? How do you guys interpret nervous? Let me know. His plan was about to. Yo, what's good? Yo, Larry, why you ain't say nothing, Larry? You been here the whole time. You ain't say what's up or nothing. Seriously? You ain't even say what's good, bro. What's up, Larry? Nika. Gojo just happy to be there. He wasn't 100% sure of winning anymore. He was afraid of getting killed. Anxiety. I interpret nervous as I actually have to dodge this one. He was scared shitless. Yo, stop trying to bait the chat. And Sukuna didn't make me so he would lose. Sukuna's hands. So if you heard me before, I think this was just Sukuna like I have to dodge this one. Like somebody said earlier, you have to dodge this one. Like there is a chance that Gojo can actually win here. Oh, you just got here. What's good, bro? But how I see this is there is a chance that Gojo could win. That's how I saw that one. That's it. That's it, really. That's all I saw. I'm not gonna lie, you know, not to hate on Gojo, but Sukuna here, this is like, oh, this might be out of my control. That's why I'm nervous. That's all I saw. Sukuna was worried that Gojo had a chance to kill. Yeah, exactly. If Sukuna got hit point blank, it would have been very fatal. Yeah. Okay, so we're most of us are on the same time, and like I just thought, like this is the one chance. Okay, let's keep reading. So this is like somebody said earlier. I peeped your message. This is the dopest chapter. Like just to see Gojo in the zone and start going crazy. How is Sukuna gonna use a maximum supernova? Okay, so let's keep reading. So he does a black flash, trying to like, but it's blocked by Mahoraga, and Sukuna's like, damn, I'm exposed. So he tries to kind of like stop Gojo from getting lit, and Gojo catches his wrist. Like, bro, Gojo's actually a demon in hand-to-hand. To dodge and catch his wrist after it's already past you, and then throw the dude, and then for another black flash after, like, this chapter flows just so well. You can see Gojo's really in the zone. So he sends Mahoraga back with another black flash. This is like 4 black flashes, I think, because he used one here. No. One black flash here, another one here. Yeah, facts, Calamity. This chapter is really good. I do wish in my big Gojo versus Sukuna fight, I did this chapter better. This is my biggest regret. Like a lot of people say I did this chapter perfectly. I don't think when I made this part of the video, guys, this was the only part of the video that had like almost no effort. None. I did not go as crazy as I should have with this part. It was a lot of editing, but I wish I did better with like directing this scene. I do think the Bloodborne music fit though. Just seeing Gojo like, man, I do think I did a good job. I could have just done much better. Anyways, we see another black flash. It sends him back, and then he prepares to chant again. A spark, that is the curse energy that swells up within a sorcerer just before the activation of a curse technique, prior to the activation of a domain expansion, a short hit technique, and other powerful techniques. There will always be a spark. This is always going to show like the opponent that you're about to use something. Even Gojo with his insane curse energy efficiency will have a spark. This is all the more true for his hollow technique purple. Based on the incantations and the scale of the curse energy, Sukuna judged that the spark before his eyes was red. And he was correct. Oh my god, this is the greatest like mix up in all of, like, this is the most insane mix up. And what's so crazy is we knew Gojo could have, we knew Gojo could do this from the start. This was no surprise. This was never a surprise, bro. This is why it hit so hard. So his judgment was by no means incorrect. So he knows that he calls Gojo using red. And Sukuna shoots I know a lot of y'all wanted to see this panel here, but Gojo shoots up the red and Sukuna's like, holy shit, Mahoraga. Like, it's, yo, go. And Mahoraga's on it. Like, he's flying through the buildings. You can see the buildings collapse as Mahoraga shoots through them. And by merging the lapse and the reversal, purple will be formed. And this will activate purple, right? So Sukuna called on instantly. Ahead of the red that Gojo had fired was blue. So red falls to a standstill before exploding, similar to the red that circled around the building to strike Sukuna from behind. Mahoraga was ordered to prevent the two from merging. First by going towards blue, which it can completely erase if it touched it because it adapted to it. Running through Mahoraga's mind was a standalone thought, fulfill orders. Mahoraga sentient. Traveling at a rapid speed using the attractive force of blue, Gojo barged his way in between blue and Mahoraga. Blue chooses its targets indiscriminately. His attraction not affected the adapted Mahoraga. W Blue in the chat. Appreciate you. Let me okay. Blue, I'm gonna get to your super chat after. First thing right after I finish this, okay? Appreciate you, Blue. W Blue. Blue cooking. Alright, I'm gonna get to your super chat right after I complete this, okay? Let me put it up so I don't forget though. And then, you know, I'll go over what just happened here. I mean, it's kind of complicated, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys read this fight like 10 times, so you're able to put it together by now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Bro, did the oh my lord. Alright. I flipped the donation upside down, guys. Let me move some of these over here. So we have some space for these. All right, Blue, I'm gonna get to your donos in a bit. Don't worry. So this fight ends with so blue chooses its targets indiscriminately. Its attraction not affecting the adapted Mahoraga. And Gojo punches Mahoraga in the face because it tries to stop it, but red, I mean, Sukuna shoots a piercing blood towards red, right? And he tries to make the red explode before the two can merge, so they don't ever merge and create a purple. But to no avail, because Gojo enhances his blue to increase the attraction and draw the piercing blood towards the blue. And then the piercing blood absorbs the blue absorbs the piercing blood. And then he keeps chanting to make the blue even stronger and pull the red towards it. And then they become a purple. The reason why Gojo was able to blitz Mahoraga here and get to it, this is why I said Sukuna adapting to blue was gonna bite him in the ass. I remember this like it was yesterday. Mahoraga would have reached blue and stopped it if he never adapted to it, because it would have pulled him towards the blue. So the blue was pulling Gojo towards it, but not Mahoraga. So this made Gojo fast enough to reach the blue before Mahoraga could, because it wasn't pulling Mahoraga towards it. And Mahoraga was never neutralizing the blue. It would have pulled Mahoraga towards it and he would have stopped the whole plan. But Gojo knew this was gonna happen, and this is why he waited. That's why I say that if anybody did interrupt that battle, no matter what they believe, they were gonna mess up Gojo's plan. This is like some 8 billion IQ plan that nobody else was gonna be able to figure this out. They were gonna mess it up. So thankfully Kashimo stopped them from joining in the battle, and they let Gojo really go all out. Gojo got to get pushed hard. He got to be forced to use maximum creativity and everything. So Kashimo made the right call by telling these dudes, do not come out here, bro. You're just gonna mess up the plan. Well, Kashimo, Kusakabe, all that. Everybody that said don't help. I don't think people will say that Gojo, Yuta should have helped with this domain. No. There was nothing more important than this unlimited hollow purple going off. If this unlimited hollow purple never went off, Sukuna would have never looked like this. Ever. Out the mud. I'll never forget. If you guys scroll down hard enough and really look through my channel, I was supporting Gojo throughout the whole fight. And then this chapter right here, I swapped on the Sukuna side. This chapter for this review and said, nah, Sukuna's winning. And then the next chapter, Gojo just died. And people call me the biggest Sukuna glazer, but if you really look back at the channel, I have tons of videos glazing Gojo. I literally have a video saying Gojo will never lose. But y'all not looking for that. Y'all really don't be looking for that history. Y'all could expose me any day of the week. So all this blah 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 blah, sad life, oh well. And we come back here. Mahoraga's adaptation can start after receiving a single attack. Then it slowly starts to analyze. And its completion is only a matter of time. Gojo had no reason to use amplification. If it receives another identical attack during the analyzation period, the adaptation accelerates. Once an attack is adapted to, the analysis will not stop there. It continues to adapt further. Nah, this chapter was sad as hell. What I wanted from Mahoraga was a model of how to tear through your infinity. After first adapting, Mahoraga was altering the essence of its own cursed energy to neutralize and nullify your infinity. That was something I was unable to do. I waited for it to discover an adaptation to counter your infinity, one that I can use. The second adaptation was exactly what I had been anticipating, but it wasn't sending slashes flying as I do. It was expanding the technique's target. Man, that's so tough. Bro, do y'all realize he literally did what y'all know how he brings the domain into the real world and paints on thin air? He's literally doing that with his technique. He's grabbing a piece of paper. Imagine this is the world. He's just cutting through everything, no matter how far it is. It does not matter. No matter the depth, as long as you're in this picture on the phone, no matter, well, damn, the phone is gonna confuse you guys. If I had a piece of paper, it'd be so much easier to show. But imagine somebody was here. It doesn't matter how far they are, where they're at, what's surrounding them, whatever. As long as they're standing here, he cuts through here. It's just like the real world, like the domain. As long as he cuts through here, you're dead. Does not matter what's around them. Doesn't matter how far you are. And yeah, The intended target wasn't just you, Gojo, but the space, the entire world, existence itself. It targeted everything before it unleashes those slashes. Your infinity meant nothing. As long as it existed within that space, that world, it would all be torn apart. It was a near impossible technique to pull off, but that model proved to be quite effective. You did well, and I'll never forget you for as long as you live, as long as I live. The end. And then this is when Kashimo comes in. Dang, people were so sad when this happened. This is when Kashimo. Dang, the GOAT. Alright, guys. That's the fight. Let's talk for like 15 minutes. Let's talk, drop questions, whatever. Let's talk for like until 12. Well, until the next hour. And then I'm gonna get some rest. Man, that fight is so sad. That whole thing is just sad, bro. Kusakabe, yeah, Kusakabe's alive. I said, woman like Yuki, exactly like Yuki. Wondering what's good, Ghosty? Thoughts on the new volume 25 page? Which one? Which one? Can you look at my dono? Oh yeah, you're right. Appreciate you, Blue. Let me get on this first though. The issue with this fight is that it repeatedly suggests that Gojo has the upper hand, only for Mahoraga to counter each potentially fight-ending move. This inconsistency leaves many readers skeptical of Sukuna's ability to win independently of the 10 shadows. So my thing is, like, I don't think so. Gege kind of wants to like keep surprising us, and he's hiding a lot of things with Sukuna, and he's gonna continue to hide them for as long as he can. He's using Megami to kind of like having Megami's body allows Gege to hide these things longer and keep the suspense up as we fight against them with Maki, Yuji, Yuta, etc. It's like a narrative meta choice. I do get why you doubt him, but I'm pretty sure that once we know everything Sukuna can do, we'll know why he was able to beat Gojo without the 10 shadows. But I mean, if we are to be surprised each week, or if the story, if Sukuna's powers are meant to surprise us as the story goes on, I guess we do have to withstand the suffering that is waiting for Gojo's technique. I mean, Sukuna's techniques to be explained and all that. You know, like we do gotta wait for it, right? Like, you're not gonna get the exact answer as to how Sukuna can beat Gojo. No matter what rationalizations we come to or whatever, I think we'll get the exact answer once this is all over. But Gojo, I mean, you can. I also don't think that the fight suggests that Gojo has the upper hand. Like, it looks like Gojo has the upper hand, but it's TCB. It looks like Gojo has the upper hand for most of the fight, but he doesn't, you know? And I think we're supposed to get hit with that realization once we see his body, like, and reread the fight. Oh, where he like looks up? I think it's just a drawing. I literally think it's no more than a drawing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of people were seeing it and running with like Gojo's revival or Gojo seeing the slash, or I think it's just a sad drawing, bro. I really don't think it's anything more. Because I've been really looking at all the promotional material of this volume and the one before it, And if you really just look at all of it, it's like it's supposed to tell you how sad like this shit is gonna be. It's not to expand on the story or to show Gojo seeing or Gojo reviving. There's no story expansion. It's just like you're supposed to look at this shit and feel horrible for Gojo, like what he has to go through and his impending death, and that's all that is to me. I don't think it's anything deeper than what people are making it to be on like the other websites. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong, but from what I see, there was nothing new in the new volume, nothing like that. Choso, you spitting. Facts. Showing is more important than telling in this form of media. However, I do believe Sukuna is the strongest. I would agree. Like I don't agree because I think the reason why Jujutsu Kaisen is such an interesting story to talk about is because it doesn't show us everything. Like you have to be able to read to really enjoy the series and have discussions on it. Like for majority of series, yeah, showing versus telling, like and I get what you're saying, but Jujutsu Kaisen kind of stands out and where you have to know like Eastern cultures, you have to really be able to sit down and think about these characters and all that. And again, it's not even finished, you know? Like it's not finished. What's the difference between TCB and Viz? So TCB's reliable, but they skew a lot of translations to make, like when it comes to Yuta Kotsu, they skew so many translations in his favor. It's bad. That's at least that's why when I speak about Yuta or do videos on him, I won't use TCB. But Viz is also known for having bad translations. OP scans is like, if something talks about Yuta, I go for OP scans. Viz, I wouldn't use them at all, and TCB is like the most unreliable. I mean, TCB is the most reliable, but they're unreliable with anything that comes to Yuta. Like you saw earlier, like the whole Higuruma noticing the domain, he was the only one that was supposed to notice, but also in TCB, him and Yuta see it and Hakari doesn't. It's like, seriously, bro? That's why I don't like TCB for, like, when it, yeah, I don't like TCB. Any, 10 more minutes of questions, guys, chatting, usual. We'll probably stream tomorrow. I'll stream for 1 hour though. This was a much longer stream than expected. Yuta has major stocks in TCB. I swear, Yuta probably owns like 30% of the company or something, bro. I don't know why they be doing that. Hi, Flower. Dang, all the way from Japan? What time is it over there? What time is it? I'm curious. Is it like 1 or 2 p.m. or something? It's 12 a.m. where I'm at. It's midnight in America. Any theories on how Jujutsu Kaisen will end? I have no clue. I can't tell you at this point. Jujutsu Kaisen can very well go anywhere from here at this point. I can't tell you guys. I really have no idea. What did Mahoraga shot aim? I don't know. Almost 1 p.m. Okay, that's dope. I want to go to Japan. The reason why I won't go is because I just be scared of like I don't know. I just be scared. I'm not gonna lie. Like they gonna arrest me if I make a video out there or something. This fight felt not fair at all. Yeah, it wasn't. He ain't have much of a chance, sadly. That's why the promotional, like I really think the promotional material is meant to tell you that like Gojo had no, like there was no chance he was gonna, like he was dying. They advertised this volume like he was gonna die. Come through, I'll show you around if you have a PO box. I don't have a PO box, but I'm gonna go out there, definitely. Like, I'm definitely gonna travel within next year or so. I just want to finish. Do not be afraid. Last country. I'm not afraid of anything in the country. I'm just afraid of like Like if I made a video trying to make content while I was in Japan with Jujutsu Kaisen, they probably arrest me. That's all I'm scared of. Anything else, I'm good. Like I've been all over the world. I don't have any PO boxes. Nah. Been covering too many leaks, brother. Facts. But I don't show any panels, bro. I've gotten hit by Are you Miguel is crazy. I've been hit with so many copyright strikes that I don't show panels anymore. I won't show anything. Like I'm not showing nothing and getting hit with copyright strikes. I'm not taking that risk, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. People complain about me not showing leaks. I'm not showing pictures of the leaks, bro. Like y'all got fake weeb for that. Y'all want to see pictures of the leaks and you don't want to go on Twitter, go to fake weeb. He got y'all. I don't got y'all though. I'm sorry. My guy fake weeb got y'all. Hey, do you think Geto has RCT? Also, per Gojo said, does that mean Kenjaku and Geto share the same physical stats and curse energy? I'm not sure on that. Like, I would love to answer and say Kenjaku's curse energy is higher, but I don't know. Fake weeb, hey, oh, YouTube devs. Nah, he's just good with it. Like he just knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Fake weeb, he a beast, bro. You know what? He just smart. You know what he doing. I ain't built like him, bro. I'm no fake weeb. He the OG. He the OG, bro. I'm a noob out here. I think it's only been a year since I started YouTube. My only concern with the story is that if Open is as broken as we think, I don't believe the hero should win. Very exciting week by week. I don't even think we're gonna see it for like another 10 chapters. I think Sukuna's gonna be around for a while. Long time. Oh, it's a crocodile. I only recognize, like, I can't say your name, but I recognize you because your name is something I can't read. And you got like this crocodile, this random ass crocodile profile picture. I always recognize the people with like cat profile pictures, crocodile profile pictures. Yeah, nah, Gojo, yeah, Sukuna's narratively above. Like it's Gojo's supposed to be someone who couldn't fully give up his human. To be on Sukuna's level, you have to be inhumane, bro. Like you literally have to give up your humanity to become something like Sukuna. That's why he's like all transcended and shit like that. That's why Tengen's all transcendent and shit too. Like humans are social creatures. They need to be decent social creatures and care about others. Tengen sits in a room all day for hundreds, thousands of years alone. And Sukuna's just like, he don't give a shit about anybody but himself. That's why I think they're both like the way they are. They just aren't human. Gojo hand facing Megami. Oh, and the volume? Are you talking about that volume cover? Did nothing with a bum. Yeah, that's why I think Jujutsu Kaisen's gonna last for a little bit. Cause like the whole Tengen, Heian era, Kenjaku, Sukuna, like I think the series has like another 50 chapters or so. There's just a lot. Yuji's past. There's so much to go over. There's so much to like go over and deal with. And I don't think we're gonna go to Yuji's past until Sukuna's gone. It's just not relevant right now. People keep asking about Yuji's past and this memories thing. I'm like, none of that is relevant. Tengen is the main villain for sure. It could be. Yo, oh my lord, not the panda glazer. Bro, there's 5 minutes left in the stream. What's good though, Cheesy? There is 5 minutes left in the stream, guys, because I need to go to bed. It's midnight. My head hurts. I'm tired. And I want to try and wake up so I can edit this video in the morning. The panda fan. I want to know more about Tengen's past. I think we'll get that. Like, I think we're gonna get that as the merger's created. When Gojo's infinity was erased when Sukuna hit him. Oh, he's probably responding to someone else. I wonder what I'm gonna do next on the stream. I'll probably do like best written characters in Jujutsu Kaisen ranked or something like that. Good night, Blue. Appreciate you. Good night, bro. Take it easy. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll probably do like most well-written characters in Jujutsu Kaisen tomorrow or something like that. And put Panda at the bottom for cheesy. Who do you think is top 5 in order in terms of strength? Yeah, in terms of strength, they're probably Sukuna, Gojo, probably Kenjaku, Kashimo. Who would be 5? Uraume? Hakari? I don't know. Probably like Yuta, Uraume, or Hakari, or Yorozu. You could put Yorozu at 5 too if you want. I think Yorozu's pretty damn strong. Y'all know from my power ranking list, I have Yorozu on top of like all the people in her tier. Just because she was able to fight like a 15. I don't care if Sukuna wasn't using cleave. That's still a 15-finger Sukuna. What stops forearm Sukuna from cracking Gojo's domain 5 times in a row, then bullying him while he's trapped, being slashed with no way out? I don't think Sukuna would need to break. What Sukuna need to break Gojo's domain 5 times? I think when like, what is it, chapter 227? When they start inverting their domain conditions, I think that's when forearm Sukuna would win. Like, he just inverts his domain again and breaks Sukuna's domain. Like, he can do everything that Gojo can do that's not exclusive to their abilities. Like, in terms of basic Jujutsu, he can see Gojo do something and just do it himself. But again, he wanted to create something that, like, a technique so powerful that it would bypass the infinity. You gotta remember, Sukuna is somebody who always wants to get stronger and stronger. Toji and Maki versus 15, Sukuna destroys them. It ain't even close. Like a full power 15-finger Sukuna, he destroys them. Sukuna can always open his domain and just kill them instantly. Like, no matter what they do. How would this fight go if Gojo had an open domain? I think so. If you remember at 225 or 226, Sukuna and Gojo had an equal domain, but Sukuna's range was extended. So I think that if Sukuna were to concentrate his domain to Gojo's size and they both had open domains, he would overwhelm Gojo's domain. Because they had the same refinement, but that was only because Sukuna was able to like push his domain around Gojo so he can destroy it from the outside. Alright guys, we're gonna wrap up stream. You know how it goes. 5 minutes to say goodbyes. It's 12 o'clock. I need to go to bed. I did not expect this reading to be 3 hours long. Like, every time I say 1 hour stream, it turns out to be like 3 hours. Every single time, it doesn't fail. Bro, I don't need to, man, stop complaining. I don't need to fix the screen. The fight's over. You're like 30 minutes late, bro. I don't need to fix the screen anymore. We're not reading no more, bro. Have a good night, guys. Peace out. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for chilling on this 3 hour stream. It was cool. It was lit. It was actually pretty fun. I'll probably make the Discord like tomorrow or something. I'm telling you guys, though. I'm telling you guys, I will never be in there. Oh, W Mike. Jesus, bro. Hold up. W Mike, man. Good night, everybody. You know, if you ever want to ask me questions, Instagram is on top of the chat. I talk to everybody. I literally talk to everybody that messages me on Instagram. I be having nothing better to do. Instagram there. Probably make the Discord tomorrow or something, because y'all kept asking for it. So gotta serve the people. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, guys. 3 more minutes till I end the stream. But you know, I gotta leave it open for people who are saying good night and stuff. It's only right. Why did I come on this exact frame? What you mean by that, bro? 100, you are biased, but I still F with you. Bro, y'all can't call me biased. After everything I said about Gojo in this stream, come on. That's crazy. I was hyping up Gojo OD, bro. I was literally hyping up Gojo to like insane. Oh, what's good, Zeno? Tell him, Zeno. I'll be talking to everybody on Instagram. And I am not no Hollywood ass. Yeah, appreciate you, Brendan. I'll be telling y'all, man. I'm unk on this shit. I'll be, oh. I appreciate you sticking through the technical difficulties I had in the middle of the fight. I was mad at y'all. Yeah, you're down to earth, bro. It's cool. Yeah, I just like talking to people, you know. I be thinking a lot. That's why. All right, let me see if the stream has died yet, or if y'all still sitting here watching me talk. Although I told y'all to log off and go to bed. I told y'all to log off and go to bed. Stop watching me. Please stop watching me. I'm not that interesting, guys. Let's go to bed. It's bedtime for everybody out here. Go to bed. Close out. Delete. Close the tabs. 12:05. I just want to make sure everybody gets their goodbyes out. Don't worry, Jacob. I'm leaving it up on the I'm leaving it up on my channel. We're doing like a tier list tomorrow. We'll do best written characters in Jujutsu Kaisen tomorrow. We'll do that. I think you guys would probably like that. I love watching your videos on new chapters. Appreciate you, Carlos. I appreciate the love, bro. That means I'll be working hard on those like bringing those chapters to life. So I hope y'all can forgive me when I like repurpose them into versus battles. Like that's kind of the purpose behind it, you know what I'm saying? And respond to this DM. But yeah, I respond to everybody if you wanted to message me or something. Yes, for sure. People forget that Savion, my brother. My brother. You missed all the debates, my brother. All right, I'm closing out stream, guys. Good night, Carlos. Appreciate you. Good night, Jacob. Zeno. Oh, do you think Geto in the Zero movie could? Yeah, I do think Geto would beat Toji. Geto's a good hand-to-hand combatant. He's special grade at that point. Has an army of 6,000 curses. He's gonna find a way to violate Toji. But yeah, I think Geto would be able to find a way to. Zeno, screen record it and send it to me because I don't hear the OST. I just know it's a Sonic playlist. Yeah, it's a Sonic OST. But I can't hear the it don't let me hear it, bro. So you got to screen record and send it to me, and I'll be able to identify it off the top of my head. It might be if it's like super tough. It might be C-bottom segue. Everybody loves that one. All right, I'm closing out stream. Good night, guys.